Snakes aren't always in the grass. Sharks aren't always in the water. You're counting breaths against the glass, while I am getting closer. The danger doesn't leave a trace when it's sitting in your space. Thieves aren't always in the night, watching from the shadows of the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, they're hiding right in front of your sight. They wear a face you think you know. They walk the path where you always go. They find the cracks inside the floor. They're already behind the door. They're just a hand inside your sleeve, waiting for the moment that you leave. Thieves aren't always in the night, watching from the shadows of the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, they're hiding right in front of your sight. Check the pockets, check the lock, check the face you see on the clock. Now here is safe, nowhere is dry. Wait for the truth to catch the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, watching from the shadows of the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, they're hiding right in front of your sight. The night is done, but the sun is just another thief.
Aha. Hey everybody, how are we doing this afternoon? Yes, I'm back after that live stream last night, and yes, it was me that took it down. I did it, nobody else did, so there's that. Francois, Summer, how are you, dear? Good to see you. GP, how are you? Oh, you caught a live stream. Oh my goodness, Natalie, how are you today? It's good to see you. Karis, Beth, aren't you supposed to be working or something? Cynthia always has my back, and I truly mean that. Sherry, how are you? Good to see you. How's that little grandbaby of yours? Oh my goodness, the Trolls of Jed. Hi, Trolls. Hi. Yes, I put you on notice here. Here I am. What is it? You think I covered Jed for the views? I I did a I did a live stream. YouTubers go too far. It's gotten, I think, over 800 views already. I mean, jeez, you're playing hooky. Oh, you got to be kidding me. No way. Oh, it's Freaky Friday. It is Friday, isn't it? Oh, some days just turn into other days and whatnot. But we had a few trolls in here, and Scott donated memberships. Thank you so much, Scott, for that. I appreciate it. And we caught a couple of fish swimming around. Why are you here? Why are you here? You hate me. I mean, you just absolutely hate me. So why? Why are you here? Yes, please don't block anybody. Let them speak. Free speech, right? Okay, unless it's me. Okay, where are you, Jed? You know what? Before I get into this one, trolls. Uh, this is for you.
The system is decoding patterns now.
Ah,
The intelligence need. Needs are what we need from other people. I need to be intelligent. I need to be seen as intelligent, and I need to receive that from other people. So, this need is about being seen as smart, competent, insightful, or maybe very capable of something. People driven by this are chasing the feeling of being the one with the answers. Visual cues. Look for simple, very carefully chosen clean lines, neutral colors, and not a lot of distractions. Just remember that there are generalities that you are speaking in. Sometimes you will see quirky or maybe intellectual signaling like unusual colored glasses without a prescription. Some obscure logos. Also look for tech gear. Maybe special pens or notepads, or books that are on hand. This could be an indicator of proving how many books that people read. So, you're going to look for overall signals of cognitive status. Body language and behavior indicators. Look for chin tucks, furrowed brows when they are listening. There is the classic thinking pose. Look for very precise language, maybe correcting themselves mid-sentence. Subtle distancing behavior, like standing just out of emotional reach. Look for frequent referencing of data that they read, books, studies, podcasts, or some kind of niche knowledge that they might be sharing during a conversation. They might even ask overly detailed or strategic questions just to prove their mental capacity. Grooming and presentation indicators. Grooming isn't neglected, but it's not designed to attract any attention. So, hairstyles, shoes, and accessories are usually utilitarian or signaling that I don't care about trends. I care about ideas. Psychological orientation indicators. This person fears as being seen as stupid or uninformed, and they will very often defend their identity through logic, facts, and being right. You might notice these people subtly dismissing other people's comments, especially when they feel intellectually threatened. They will pretty often live slightly above the room, hovering in analysis, even in emotional conversations. They are also most likely to suffer in emotional anxiety than the average person. But their validation is rarely emotional, it is cerebral. And when you praise their insights or ideas, watch their whole entire body relax. Everything feels good because you are giving them a dose of what they really need. So, the core desire of intelligence is to be seen as smart, capable, or insightful, and maybe even mentally superior. Phrases that you want to listen for are, well, technically, or actually I would rather study about that, or the way I see it is logically blank. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I've done a lot of research on this. Or you might hear, let me give you the real version. You may hear something like, most people don't understand. Also someone saying, it's frustrating being around idiots all the time. So, when you are listening for the tone of the intelligence need, listen for precision, focused, or corrective language that is often anchored in data, and they might interrupt to clarify or even fact-check in a conversation.
you see, trolls, that's what we're doing over here. Jed is just a useful idiot that we can use to prove our points. MC, how are you? And status is a vegetable. Yeah, but what kind of vegetable? Hmm. I see we have a couple of birthdays coming up. Oh my gosh, who's Francois? I don't know who Francois is. There's some person on the internet. Who knows? Happy birthday, you guys, the two of you. Okay. So I did this live last night, and it just oh, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Jed. Oh, Jed, you poor pup. He's going to Baton Rouge, so he says. Okay, tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day. It's gonna be 90 there. However, with the humidity, it kind of gets up to 112. So I hope you have lots of hydration. And I'm gonna play some other things as well. Yeah, you say there's no transcripts. There are. They're there. And I'll prove it to you. No, I don't have the PDFs of the transcripts, but that's okay. Sarah Fields has them. Uh, Je- Jed, do you know about Sarah Fields? And I'm also going to play some of Jumpsuit Pablo's videos of what Carmelo Anthony is going through right now in jail. Okay, it's so, you want to ramp around Baton Rouge and with three of your friends and accomplish nothing. So, well, I'll leave that thought until we play you a little bit. His mic's not working. Oh, good grief, Jed. Oh, Jed. Does that still smell like lavender? Uh, but it's right up his nose. I guess he still has nose hairs. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, for Pete's sakes. Commander, get it together.
Man, give me 1 second, y'all. Hello,
Uh,
welcome to Investigate, Navigate, When Justice Finds the Rest. I'm your host, Jedi Brown, aka Black Proud Commander for the culture, INA.
yes, I have him on 1.5 speed because it's better. He sounds like a chipmunk.
2 seconds, because I want to see if my mic.
Oh, jeez. Go ahead. Come on. You see, I play these intellectual videos and people click off. See ya. Wouldn't want to be a. Ah. But,
Oh, it wasn't plugged in.
oh.
I was like, wait, what the hell? Okay, what the hell? What the hell, Leonte? What the hell? It
Right.
wasn't plugged in. Simple.
Okay.
Okay. So, anyway, glad
Anyways,
to be here again tonight. I hope that you all are having a phenomenal day. I do know for a
yes, I
fact
am.
it's working out because I can see the symbols going off. But with that
Good.
being said,
Symbols.
good evening, everybody. I don't know. Somebody said, quit touching things.
Good
Exactly. I was
afternoon.
actually trying to get this stuff organized because my computer, it won't work. I had to take it to Best Buy. Then when I brought it back to the house with Best Buy, they said, oh, it just needed to be
Well, that's your problem. You bought it from Best Buy. Go ahead.
reconnected. And then I get it back home. It's not
Uh,
working still. So I got to go to
okay.
Best Buy and I'm going to try to see if they can help me figure this all out. But anyway, nevertheless, I came on here tonight because I wanted to talk to you guys because we are 2 days away, literally
Uh-huh.
2 days away from
Tomorrow.
showing up in Baton Rouge, which is a hometown of Carmelo Anthony. And we're going on a mission.
Ah.
And I basically am very excited about this because this has been way different than any other situation that I have been involved in.
I
One of the
bet.
cases that I am most widely known for is the Kanika Jenkins case. But
In which you failed miserably.
even in one of the most biggest
Th-
cases,
bleh.
I've never felt like I feel in this one. And one of the
Good.
things that I had said earlier today, I had a meeting with the 1000 for Carmelo team.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I said in the meeting is that I wish that I was able to meet or at least witness what I would call the fearless generation because they're gone. The fearless generation is
Fearless.
gone, and we're not them. 1 second. We're not them. We're not the same. And we always say, I'm not my grandmama, I'm not my granddaddy. But grandmama and granddaddy did not depend on social media. Grandmama and granddaddy definitely feared more than just losing a job or losing.
Well, I don't know. My grandparents feared about losing their job because, they kind of grew up in a depression.
Friends or losing comfort. They actually face losing their life. Grandma and granddaddy may not have had the big house and the nice car and the nice trinkets, but what
Uh,
grandma and granddaddy had was definitely pride, and they was some people who was not going to be denied. They didn't just
okay.
move on when there was no. So you and me are absolutely right. We are not
Okay.
granddad and grandma because we couldn't measure up to them on our best day.
Is your last name still Brown or are you going to change it? Because you found out through Ancestry DNA that that's not your real father or something like that. Who knows? Grandfather? I don't know.
If it was on their worst day. And I'm saying that
Okay.
because in this day, We don't really want to see change. We just want to stay
No.
comfortable. And the reason why I'm
Okay.
saying that is because, and it's not just attributed to me, I have been working
He
to try to
does,
organize
Status. He
for Carmelo Anthony.
does.
You know the case.
Yeah.
And if you
No.
think that this is as simple as a conviction or not, then you're
Uh,
not reading the room well. And you definitely need to stop scrolling through your phone
okay.
because there are people who still are on the fence about something that's so clear and now factually confirmed. The young man did not get a fair trial. Didn't. And there were
Really?
things that were done that are the basis of why a new trial is being requested and the judge is being asked to recuse himself. That is not something to ignore. We literally just saw another man gunned down by the police.
What are the statistics of individuals, no matter what race they are, being shot by police? Does anybody even know? I don't look it up. I'm having my coffee and just sitting here. Mom's taking a nap, so I have time. He's a Coleman, like the camping barbecue stove.
We literally just saw another young man knocked over in a wheelchair by the police.
Okay.
Our fight is not done. And here it is on Thursday. We got more problems than a little bit, but we are not doing the things that I think we should be doing to get those issues holistically resolved. I don't want
Okay.
another emotional.
What? What? What's he doing?
That wasn't, I don't need another emotional, I don't need another outlet. Because that's what we're using these gatherings for, just outlets. We just want to complain and murmur because we were mad. But are we fighting for systematic change? No, we are not. And everybody who's done it will do it. They're in wheelchairs now or on their way out the door. I am concerned because history forgotten is history. That must repeat itself. I'm not looking for popularity. I'm looking for impact. And so as I've been working on this Carmelo
Well, that's why I played the intelligence need first. Uh, take it as you will.
Anthony case, one thing is sure.
But
Nolan, I believe his last name is Wells. I have not been following the case. But he's
okay.
getting the response because I said it in a subsequent broadcast. We know how to fight for a black death, but we don't know how to
Okay.
fight for black quality of life because that means that it's actual work to be done. And so we're going to
Okay.
Baton Rouge this Saturday, and I'm going regardless if there's 1,000 or if there's 2, because I know at least one would be there. That's me, and actually maybe 3 because I know that there's somebody else that's going to be there now. But the reason why I'm talking like this is because I showed up for class. I've been in the meetings. And I've been blessed by the prayers and by the meetings that happen damn near every day in Team Carmelo. And what we
Okay.
have learned in this case, from how the arrest was made and the things that was going on, to certain particulars about the case and what actually happened, to debunking the difference between opinion and fact, to the handling of this case by Judge Roach, to the possibility that these people are connected in some way, like the mother or the wife of Judge Roach
Possibly, allegedly. Why don't you put up some facts so people can see it? Who knows? I don't know. Just having my coffee. Hit the like.
possibly being connected to the Metcalf's divorce lawsuit. I heard that today. It was a bombshell revelation to me.
Bombshell.
To knowing that people lied on the stand, to knowing that the prosecution played and didn't honor a deal, to knowing that mitigation didn't happen because of that, to knowing all of these things. And this young man is sitting behind bars for 35 years. And we treating him like it's just another black soul, another black man going down, and we are simply too comfortable with it. So I'm on here tonight because I want to talk about it. And I ain't going to talk long because I'm not about to beat a dead horse. I'm going to rather.
Choked on that one, didn't you? I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. He choked on it. Yeah. It's true, GB. There were gonna be a performers and a big mic in Guy Young Park, and he's gonna walk from the Capitol, which is what, 3.5 miles, in the Louisiana heat. It's not gonna be 90 there, because you failed to put in the factor of humidity. So it's kind of, and if I'm talking like this, I'm just getting my coffee and just, uh, he looks like one. He lives to spit. Oh, a llama. He does. Yeah, I just put you on here to laugh at you. Okay. I'm trying to teach you, youngin. Yeah, you talk about Carmelo didn't get a fair trial. I don't know. I'm not following that case. Because if it was white on white, you wouldn't give a shit. You wouldn't give a rat's ass. And if it was black on black, you wouldn't give a rat's ass. Look at what's happening in Chicago, for Pete's sakes. They do it on a daily, so I hear. His campaign at the root illustrate he wants for extra legal rights. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'd rather show you. I'd rather show you what I'm talking about
Okay.
than just talk about it. I'm going to 90-something degree weather when I could be in the comfort of my beautiful home.
Well, obviously you don't look at the weather because when you factor in the humidity, it's like 112. Go ahead, pup.
Because I know that if I don't
Uh-huh.
show up for Carmelo,
Uh-huh.
then one day I got to depend on the fact that nobody may ever show up for me or the people who are coming behind me.
So let me ask you something, Paparillo. How is going to Baton Rouge showing up for Carmelo? Have you even called him on the phone? Have you even had a jail call with him to talk to the youngster? And another thing, why didn't Carmelo's team have a psychiatrist on the stand? Because you see, this is what happens. You have a 17-year-old whose brain is not fully developed. Your brain does not fully develop until you're about 25. So there's that lack of emotional intelligence in a 17-year-old. Okay? Think back when you were 17-year-old, all the stupid shit you did. Wouldn't it help Carmelo if the defense team got a psychiatrist on the stand so the jury could say, oh, okay, 17-year-old, well, I know he's 18 now, but at the time he was 17. And that's crucial. Okay? And still at 18, still a teenager. But wouldn't it be best to get a psychiatrist on the stand and letting the jury know of the mental capacity of a 17-year-old instead of, but nope, go ahead.
But I'm
Uh,
not discouraged. I'm
and
optimistic.
I do apologize. I'm a little tired, so if I sound dismissive or something, I apologize. I'm not trying to be.
Been getting messages from people who saying they're coming from different parts of the country. But there
Okay.
was a protest that was in Fresco, literally also a city council meeting that was in Fresco. Not one
Yeah.
person or so got up and spoke at the city council. And then on top of that, not one person other than the camera person that I heard allegedly showed up at the damn gathering, the protest, the
Allegedly.
march. What?
What?
That is insane to me.
Okay.
Everybody wants to wait until August 19th and August 20th. Let me tell you my problem with that. August 19th is going to be a hearing.
Uh-huh.
And then August 20th is going to be a decision on a recusal of a judge.
Okay.
Everybody's going to want to go around that because that's the hype moment, but we're doing it according to the system instead of letting the system say that they better do it according to the people.
Okay.
If we get there at the day and we don't get there before the day or show a groundswell before the day to let them know we mean business, then everything that's going on right now tells the system that we're going to obey their will and command. We're going to follow their.
So you're going to Texas too? And you're going to go down there with maybe 3 people? I thought it was 1,000 for Carmelo. Oh, where is this 1,000? And what happened to the Metcalf team? You are going to have 2 teams. Go ahead.
their lead.
I need
Why
more
would we do
coffee.
that when we don't have any confidence in the way they led before?
I am.
So we're going to Baton Rouge,
GPIM.
and we're going to go in other cities in this country. And we're going to
Okay.
find 1,000 people, and those 1,000 are going to be conditioned, and we're going to be at the appeal, meaning business. And we're
I
not
thought
looking
you
for an
already had
advantage,
'em.
and we're not looking for revenge. We're looking for justice, and we're looking for a fair and impartial trial according to Sixth Amendment right. That is literally not only going to be speedy, but that it would be done right because we're also pushing for Carmelo's law, which
Okay.
basically says that the court must make the proceedings public as a matter of law and not public opinion. The
Well, it's up to the judge whether he wants cameras in the courtroom. And a lot of times the judge will ask the defendant and their family if they want cameras in the courtroom. And then there's this little detail about having underage children testifying, and Scott brought up a good point last night, even if they shy away from the camera, you're still going to know the names of the witnesses that testify. So good on you, Scott. Thank you. Where were you, Paparillo?
mayor of New York openly said he
What?
wants to arrest Benjamin not. That's all I got. I don't know
Right.
that guy's name. Benjamin can't say it. Don't even care to say it. Fuck her.
Good thing you're not a global influencer.
But he said that he wanted to arrest Benjamin. And it has literally shocked the entire political landscape.
Okay.
Because somebody is outshining the parties, somebody's outshining the system, and somebody's making them uncomfortable because he is not doing it according to the rules. A local municipal lawyer speaking on foreign policies issues is absolutely unheard of.
Really?
And they are scared because it raises the level of independence and consciousness. If you like it or not, you got to admit that it's badass. Just like with Donald Trump. He does whatever the hell he wants to do. Like it or not, it's badass.
So you're a Trumpster. You're MAGA. I guess MAGA's a bad thing to be. I don't know. Who knows? The hell is MAGA anyways? Richard Allen, nothing was public too, so why? Well, because this is called race baiting. And, show, right? Uh, how are you going to make a difference in Baton Rouge when the crime happened in Texas? Texas. This man is so full of shit. Well, tell us how you really feel, Saint. Yes, the entire political landscape.
His tenure in office will go down in history as he did what he believed in.
Okay.
I don't hate him.
I need more
I'm clear.
coffee.
Mom Donnie is doing what he believes in.
Oh, yeah, the
And
Marxists.
guess what we better do?
What?
What we believe in
What?
and not what we're served. Because
Okay.
a lot of times what we're served is not in our best interest. And change doesn't happen until we press forward. I was
Okay.
telling or listening to people talk about how unlikely it is that Carmelo is going to get Judge Roach recusal. How unlikely it is that a new trial will be granted in a fast pace. But I'm not
Yeah.
approaching this from a place of practicality or fact. I have the facts, and now I'm going to approach it from a place of faith or expectation. I expect for God to be God, and I expect for this thing to be overturned. And in faith, I am already in the future on the other end of Carmelo walking through those prison doors with the rest of his life in front of him and this terrible tragedy behind him with more strength, with more wisdom, and with more compassion, because that is what people who are in the group are praying for.
About
That's why
17
I
years.
believe that Carmelo is going to come out of this, and this future is going to be so set and so secure that he'll never need or want for nothing. And the time that was stolen from him from being able to go to school and get an education is going to be returned to him with a future where he will lack nothing. That this
Right.
young man who we're skeptical about, if we want to support, let me tell you why. Because you're too afraid of what's going to happen to you if you speak up in faith or in expectation, because we don't have any anymore, because we don't believe in our
my
institutions anymore,
gosh.
like the faith institution or the God that's in the front of it. Because we let people redefine how we feel about a God.
Why don't you just have an absolute meltdown? You see, this is why he doesn't have people backing him. Oh, let's see what you guys are saying. I was getting a cup of coffee. Isn't Baton Rouge where Carmelo's dad warrant is out of? I don't know. Does Carmelo's dad have a warrant? I haven't followed the case. I don't want anything to do with it. But Jed, you are wondering how to make another 55K on a PAX. I'm not approaching this from practicality or fact. That's right. That's just uh, Google diploma. Because diploma. Does he even have a diploma? I don't know. He's pretty upset here.
Who we're not allowing to speak for itself. But I'm a part of it. I feel like I just want to go off. I am ready for this fight.
Okay.
I'm ready for this fight. because I showed up for class, showed up in the meeting, and I'm not worried about who is and who isn't showing up. But I
Okay.
want generations to come up behind me and know that at least one man, one black man, will not follow this system. I'm going to interrupt it, and I'm going to transform it to do what it's supposed to do. Give us all the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
How? How? You're gonna go down to Baton Rouge with 3 people and what? Ooh, telephone. Mom's sleeping.
According to the laws of the land, and if the laws of the land are not proper, then they must be changed. Simple.
Simple.
So, shout out to Laney Bird for the $20 holler. I wish that I just really, 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 really appreciate it. She's been a consistent supporter of the things that we've done here.
Uh-huh.
But I'm on fire today. And the
Okay.
reason why is because I'm looking at all these black leaders over there at the service of Nolan. And I'm going to just be honest with what I really feel. Them all being there
Okay.
at the service for Nolan didn't do nothing but heighten their profile. But I don't want to sit here and judge somebody else's intent or heart because I don't know that. But I'm
Okay.
trying to figure out, why isn't all of these same leaders over there with this young man, Carmelo, putting up the same united front? Why? Because it's harder to stand in front of a conviction, especially if
Why don't you call him and ask him?
it's, yeah.
Oh, coffee's done.
Yeah, I know it is.
I'm running to the kitchen.
When you're afraid of a fight.
Oh,
Too many of our leaders
afraid.
today are just postured to bring
Postured?
a greater level of awareness and profile to things that are going on, but they primarily do it for things that are safe.
Uh,
And I know what I'm talking about because I've been an advocate for 17 years.
right.
We don't need an Al Sharpton to be in the middle of a death investigation that's pressing forward with lawyers. We need
Okay.
him to be in the middle of an injustice when a young black man doesn't get a trial that we can conclusively say was fair.
Oh,
That's where we need him. But hey, I don't know his schedule. I don't know his relationships. I don't know who called him and what he's connected to or why he did it. But I do know
what?
that every time an opportunity shows up for us to have those united fronts at this fight for this young man, Carmelo, it should be there. It should be
Okay.
unrelenting. It should be nonstop.
Okay.
We're not doing that. I know what I'm saying. I might not say it perfectly, but I'm just like, what are we doing? What's going on?
I don't know what's going on. What are you guys saying? Word salad at the preacher's place for that $20 super sticker. So Jetta Doodoo wants everyone to come on out, bring their wallets, and scream for justice. Not going to accomplish a damn thing. Yeah, pretty much. He's not getting any money. I think he's collected maybe $400 or $500. Okay, Carissa Beth, uh, pause. I can't pause. I know, you're gonna pause. I know what you meant. The United States continues to have the finest justice system in the world. Brown wants to turn that on its head. Ah, the justice system. Yeah, I talked about it last night. Okay, say, drug, drug, people, this seems like they get more time than murderers sometimes. I don't know. Uh, go ahead, Jed.
I talked about it in the group earlier today. I'll say it again on this broadcast. The law of not
Jerry, that's already happened several times. He's already called Carmelo his son several times.
the entire law of the Constitution in 1787.
Yeah,
It said that black people were 3/5. There was a 3/5 clause. There was a fugitive slave clause. There was a way that they were supposed to treat black people like persons and property. That was the law. And then in the court case, Dred Scott versus Sanford in 1857, the Supreme Court ruled that enslaved people were property under the Fifth Amendment and could never become United States citizens.
well, apparently that was overturned because the black community are American citizens.
So by legal definition, property fought back. Today, we enjoy our citizenship, and we got so damn comfortable in it that we barely want to vote.
Okay.
Participate in the process. God, I don't understand this sometimes.
Okay.
We literally were property. So don't tell me what typically happens. Tell me what you expect to change. And that's what I told the group today.
Let me ask you something. in this day and age. Are we all property? I'm being serious. I'm being serious. What rights do you have? You have to pay taxes and taxes and taxes and taxes and taxes and taxes. You have to conform to the laws, right? If you don't, you go to jail. Uh, I don't know what I'm saying. I just a thought I had in my head and it came out.
Today. It's many people that are looking for another trial, that are looking for an appeal, that are looking for a recusal, and they got to do it 2, 3, 4, 5 times enough times to get before they get it. But you know what I do believe? If we can get enough people down there saying we demand it together
Ah,
before the damn hearing ever comes,
uh-huh.
we'll see the unusual, because this is what we will. The people versus
Weren't the Black Panthers already in Texas protesting?
the defendant, and the people should be crying aloud and sparing not that this trial needs to be public.
Yeah,
It needs
death
to
and
be
taxes.
speedy. It needs to be fair, and it needs to be impartial. And a judge giving a thank you letter to the entire courthouse after a appeal is filed, after doing a media tour, tells everybody basically, in a sense, to hold the fort, the front, hold the front.
Did he say that? Why don't you show it? You say you spit shit out and you never prove anything of anything anybody's ever said. Uh, uh, yeah, Saint, freedom isn't any illusion. I mean, look at the shit you have to. I don't know about any other state. This is why I don't drive anymore. Oh, for Pete's sakes, you got to pay the car payment. You got to pay the registration. You have got to pay the inspection. You've got to pay the insurance. Gas prices. Now they have things on your cars that if you go over a certain speed limit, you get a ticket. That's, I guess, in your cars now. I don't know. I haven't driven in years for a reason. Especially New York State. Oh my gosh. The shit that you have to go through and pay for to get a car in New York State. I remember when I got pulled over in New York State. I was visiting from Florida. And this state trooper, and I'm gonna take my time on this live stream. So if you find it boring, yeah, click off. So I got pulled over by a New York State trooper. He Saunders up like John Wayne, and I'm not shitting you. And he says, "You don't have an inspection sticker." I said, "Well, Florida doesn't have inspections." I shit you not. This is exactly what he said to me. "Well, we'll just see about that, little lady." And that's exactly how he sounded. And with his cowboy hat, he saunters back to the car like John Wayne, gets in his car, radios in, finds out that Florida does not have inspections on their vehicles, saunters back up in his John Wayne stance, and says, "Well, where you going, little lady?" I said, "Well, you see that driveway right there? That's where I'm going." "Well, you just be careful out there." "Thank you." It is just true. What do you want from me? Oh, that's true. Bob Seger. Oh, I like him. Oh, go ahead, Jed.
No matter, I'm saying thank everybody, because in that letter that he wrote, he specifically called them friends. Well, that puts a
Prove it. Show the letter. And judges after a trial, especially jury trial, we'll have the jurors go into a specific room, okay? And after the judge is done and the case is closed and everybody leaves, the judge goes into the room and talks to the jurors. I don't know what they say to the jurors, but that's just everywhere they do that. So, you know. Oh, parking lots. Oh my gosh, parking lots too? Uh,
a weight on a person who may end up with that case. Do I want to mess up my friendship or do I want to do something about this black boy? Let me help you out. Let me put it in a different context. The only people being abused in a nursing home are the ones that people don't show up for.
Actually, my father was in a nursing home, and we visited him every day. One day we went in there, and he was in an isolation room, and we're like, "What happened?" "Oh, we were just gonna call you." "Well, why is he in isolation and we have to wear these gowns all of a sudden?" I don't know what he picked up in that nursing home. They would never tell us. But a few days later, I was going to the library to do some historian work for the library. I was helping him out. And I got a feeling, go see dad. So I diverted to the nursing home. Well, he was pretty much dead. So I said, "Is he dying?" "Oh, yes, we were just gonna call you." Bullshit. You were gonna let him sit there and die and then tell us about it, right? But I had that feeling. You better go see dad, right? Nursing homes. God,
So I'm
oh, they
excited.
are, Sherry.
I'm inspired.
Okay.
Not by what I see, not by the fact that people are moving and mobilizing and contributing and talking out and sparing out, but
Uh,
I'm inspired. I almost started speaking in tongues because I trust God in this. I trust God in
is that like that hundred, woo?
this. I got more
Yeah.
people coming to me asking me about stuff that's former,
Uh,
completed. And we got a
yeah.
whole crisis on our hands.
Or crisis.
Well, this doesn't have anything to do with me. Well, let me give you the words of Dr. Martin Luther King. And injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. If you let it go now, you will face it later. And we
Okay.
are accepting everything that's being thrown at us because we're not valuing ourselves the way we're supposed to because we're not like our grandparents. And that is no longer a flex. Now it is an indictment. It's an indictment.
An
I got whole
indictment.
black people. I literally got whole black people who rather fight me. And this is the crazy part. When I think of people like Amir, has he done a damn thing for the city of Harvey since I've been out of the way? Not a motherfucking thing.
Well, he's a global influencer. What do you want? He's busy, globaling, influencing the planet.
Now I'm surprised that it's so quiet. Where is the fight now? Where is the progress now? Where is the productivity now? Where is the organizing now? None of it is happening. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody is talking.
I see you got your little commander shirt on there. Oh, it's starched too.
They only wanted to stop somebody, which they can't,
Ah,
which they couldn't, which they didn't. But they don't want to stop somebody that looked like them. But they ain't got
what?
shit going. Without me, there's no storyline.
Really?
So we've resorted to hating on each other. Damn, I sound like I'm just fussing on this live stream, but I'm meaning what the fuck I'm saying. We have resorted to hating each other. Bad girls, what is it called? Bad girls? Is it Bad Girls Club? Bad Girls Club got
Why are you inciting other people to hate other people? Because that's what you do, Jed. Go ahead.
more viewership than a young black man who's finna face 35 years of lost life for
Because it's drama.
possibly defending himself, but we can't even get to the conclusion of that because the judge don't want to give up the transcripts? Stop it. Somebody.
The judge doesn't give up the transcripts, and this is where I am going to show you something else. Now, this comes from Sarah Fields. This is part of the transcripts. Jed, the transcripts are out there. Now, I thought, well, I'll call Sarah Fields and get the PDF transcripts. These are screenshots of them because she's on X, okay? And I thought, I don't want to get involved in this Carmelo Anthony case because it's all racial. But wouldn't you think a competent defense team would have a psychiatrist up there saying, look, the kid is 17 years old. The brain is not developed yet. But here's the transcripts, Jed. Right here. Sarah Fields has been in that courtroom every day during that trial. Every single day. Yeah, significance delusion. You know, I'm gonna pop up that significance need too. Uh, I like the way I'm doing the videos now because they have videos within the videos. And I think I'm liking that better. Yes, it's an AI voice. Some people seem to like a man's voice better than others. However, um, these are the transcripts. So somebody suggested to get the PDFs. I, I don't want to get into the Anthony trial. It's none of my business. And if it was a white kid on a white kid, we wouldn't be having this discussion. So it's just like this. But Jed, you're wrong. And Jed's cult, who come in here, and you got caught last night because thank you so much, Scott. He gave 20 memberships, and very thankful for that. Uh, I like that cat. I got that from Soup, um, which channel I like. But anyways, here's the transcripts. So that's a lie. The transcripts are out there. And I'm going to show you also what Carmelo Anthony, what is happening to him in jail. Wouldn't you want to go to Texas and visit him in jail, Jed, instead of going to Baton Rouge, where you're not going to accomplish anything? Nothing. Have you called Carmelo on the phone to talk to the youngster? No. Have you talked to the family? No. You haven't. So this is all show. It's all show. This is Sarah Fields. She goes deep. She's doing Nolan Wells. She dives deep into everything. I mean everything. And she even talks about the attorneys and their failure and look at what this woman covers. She covers everything. Everything. Right or wrong, she covers it. Oh, isn't that what's his name? That guy. I can't remember his name. Covering the Wells case. Damn it, Jed, she's got time for all of this stuff. Maybe you should see Sarah Wells on TikTok. You know, go through her, and this is what real investigators do, real journalists, real advocates do. Okay, this is what they do. Look at all the stuff she has on here. You know, and she covered the Anthony case, and I can't see what you're saying in the chat. I'll get right back to you. Yeah, she covered it extensively, and she covers a lot of cases extensively. But the transcripts are out there. Okay. Oh, this guy, Charleston White, right? What? Was just shot at a Houston, Texas Fifth Ward neighborhood moments ago. Oh, damn, Jed. I don't think you want to go Texas. Good grief. Look at all this stuff she covers. Oh, what's this one? Noah Wells. Oh, let me see what the chat's saying. Oh, Al Sharpton. Yeah, he is looking rough. He's been looking rough. My goodness. Yeah, what happened to the teen takeover? Didn't you raise funds for the teen takeover? Oh, that got lost in the sauce. So all you little cult members for Jed, that's what I call you, cult members. Look at this. Oh, here. Talking about uh the defense for Carmelo. Look, this is what investigators do, Jed. Sarah Fields was in that courtroom every single day. She has the transcripts. Oh, they were saying he was shot. Oh, shot at. Oh, thank you, Saint. Thank you. Sometimes I read things and I read them wrong, so I appreciate you guys correcting me. So basically, this guy said something to the judge, and in an affidavit, he said something entirely different. That's the defense attorney. Why don't you get a psychiatrist up there and explain the brain and its functions for a 17-year-old? Trying to give you advice. So, Jed, when you do your research, look up Sarah Wells, look up the transcripts, okay? Just look them up. Look, these are affidavits. Oh, let me get that squared away. There. Let me get myself out of the way. Boop. Take a sip of my coffee. Oh, could be Sherry. I don't know the guy. I don't pay attention to this stuff. I'm more about helping people and letting them touch the grass. But this took me, what, 10 minutes to find last night. It, well, what about the murder in Dalton? What's happening with the murder in Dalton? Or that poor little girl that was run over by the Corvette? What about that? Getting some kind of warning from YouTube. I don't know what it is. And please hit the like button. Erroneous to try instructing Brown and you know, I try. I I try. So I could say, okay, I tried. He's not gonna listen to anything. Nothing. Sarah Wells has the transcripts. Um, I was gonna email her, ask her for the PDF form. I don't want to get involved in the case. I'm trying to give helpful information. However, do you want to see what Carmelo Anthony is actually going through in jail right now? Put I want in chat while I take a sip of my coffee. Wyoming, a little vampire. Okay, I see a couple ones. What is Carmelo going through? Like you said, you might open the eyes of, yeah, just reach one person. Just one. Okay, what's Carmelo going through? This is a YouTube platform. Has a 500,000 subscribers, so he must be doing something right. Ex-con in prison for 10 years. Just, oh, I'm sorry, Jumpsuit Pablo. Excellent channel. Excellent. So, he has several videos on Carmelo Anthony. And, instead of going to Baton Rouge, why aren't you calling Carmelo on the phone? Are you putting money on his books? Because I hear the food is really disgusting. But let's scroll down. Starving. Oh, that's Jeremy DeButt. Fresh meat. He's got all these prison calls. Uh, uh, Carmelo Anthony exposed and exploited in prison. Let me get that just a little bit so you can see. He's a target. Satanic rituals. Good grief. Look at them all. Let's go with this one. Shout out to Jumpsuit Pablo. There we go.
Guys, we have some big Carmelo Anthony trial updates. No intro today. We're just going to get right into it. Now, many of you may know Sarah Fields. She's primarily over on X.com. She's been the journalist who has been exposing 90% of the things that we've learned and that have come out from the shadows about this whole case and all the nefarious things going on in the Carmelo Anthony trial and case since it happened. Okay, so make sure you go to check in with her and credit to her. Now, she says she's actually a local to that area. Yeah, and she tweeted, whatever you call it, on X. She says, "Day one of the Carmelo Anthony trial is in the books. I just left the Collin County Courthouse. Today was devoted entirely to jury selection and no other proceedings took place. That being said, I have quite a few observations from inside the courtroom and some very descriptive scenes to paint from what I witnessed today." And so a bit of a time later, and this is pretty wild but not unexpected given how hostile all the Carmelo Anthony Army members are. Day one inside the Carmelo Anthony trial, I arrived at the Collin County Courthouse approximately 6:30 a.m. for day one of the trial. The first thing that became apparent was security, of course. Everyone entering the courthouse had to pass through screening. Cell phones, electronic devices were all prohibited. The only items I brought with me were a notepad, a pen, and my sunglasses. After passing through security, I made my way toward the courtroom area. The courthouse features a large, wide hallway leading to the jury assembly area. It was packed. There were so many potential jurors and members of the public present that you could not see the end of the hallway. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess I should have expected that, I guess I'm not too surprised, but it's just insane. Just before reaching the jury assembly area, there is a left turn into the ceremonial courtroom, which serves as the public viewing room. It holds roughly 60 people in the gallery. Wow. We were among the first to arrive, but the doors were locked. Several members of the sheriff's department were stationed outside. One deputy was carrying a suppressed AR rifle chambered in 9mm.
Whoa.
Honestly, good, because you don't even know what these deranged supporters are going to be trying to pull during this trial or after the verdict. While we waited, a heavyset man wearing a Hawaiian shirt, classic, repeatedly stared in our direction. At one point, he sat very close to us. As he walked past me, he quietly said the word, "demon."
Wow.
As more people arrived, the crowd continued to grow. Several women who claimed to be from California arrived wearing purple shirts, purple hoodies, jeans, and purple do-rags wrapped around their heads.
Purple?
Boy, you sure are making this guy look like a class act. The Grimace Gang. What are y'all from, McDonald's? Where's Ronald at? Bunch of clowns. Others wore tank tops, shorts, hoodies, baseball caps, and other casual attire that appeared inconsistent with what most people would consider courtroom business attire. And in parentheses, it says purple is Carmelo's favorite color. Well, good gosh.
Oh,
Isn't that sweet? We
that's
don't
why.
care. And, I'm not surprised. I mean, these are people who are in support of Carmelo, someone who his entire family frauds and schemes and scams and steals and murders, and doesn't follow rules, has no respect for anyone's family or loved ones or just the right to live on this earth. The last thing they're going to care about is, I'll just throw on a wife beater and some basketball shorts.
What?
Might go barefoot. Who
Barefoot?
cares, right? The tension in the hallway was palpable. You could almost cut it with a knife. At approximately 8:52 a.m., I approached one of the deputies and asked how seating was going to work. My concern was that if no line was formed, people would rush the entrance once the doors opened. Absolutely.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Valid. His response surprised me. He said, "I'm really going into this just as blind as you are." Golly.
What?
That's the main reason I didn't fly down to Texas to be there on scene as she was, because I'm not
okay,
going to
Mom?
jail in Texas, man.
Bored?
At that point, I made the executive decision to start a line myself. I walked to
Oh
the
my
front near the
gosh.
security table where purses were being checked and planted my feet. The hallway against the wall became shoulder to shoulder. Most of the individuals rushing forward appeared to be Carmelo Anthony supporters. It was a tense moment. People were packed together so tightly that it became slightly nerve-wracking. I did not move. When the doors finally opened, I was among the first 10 to 15 people admitted into the courtroom. Lucky. That's what you get when you show up bright and early. Good for her.
Okay. Talking to Mom.
I immediately made my way to the front row, and then we waited for another hour and a half. At one point, members of the public seated in the front were asked to move because family needed those seats. So we complied. The situation
sense.
raised questions in my mind. Why
Really?
were family members being mixed in with the public seating area? I waited to see who the seats were being reserved for, but shortly afterward, deputies informed us that we could move back because they had decided to seat the family somewhere else. Not long after, someone informed me those gathered in the room that the viewing screens would likely not be turned on. Jury selection was not really happening in a way that the public would find eventful. Jurors were being given packets, completing paperwork, and being screened for eligibility. At that point, I decided to walk around the courthouse. As I exited the courtroom, I encountered a Carmelo Anthony supporter and TikTok creator, John Effect is what he goes by. He recognized me immediately.
Okay.
We spoke briefly and shook hands. He was professionally dressed and respectful during our interaction. Well, nice and honest. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
After meeting John and walking out of the courtroom area, I passed directly by Dominique Alexander. Oh, boy, good Lord, have mercy. He saw me, but he said nothing.
I
In
don't know who
fact,
that
he
is.
almost seemed perplexed as I walked past. He's starstruck. He's starstruck, Sarah. All that beefing he's tried to do with you. He's starstruck. A short time later, I witnessed sheriff's deputies escorting an African-American woman out of the courthouse hallway. She was wearing a pink shirt with lace sleeves. Deputies were accusing her of jury tampering. Oh, Lord have mercy. Here we go already. We're not even 3 hours into this thing, and we got jury tampering. I later learned she was allegedly connected to the Anthony family and had reportedly been caught recording members of the jury pool. This is
What?
ridiculous.
She was recording the jury pool. I hope she's in jail right now. Well, yeah, that's true, Wyoming. Murders usually look at, I'm not comparing Carmelo to Charles Manson or Ted Bundy or anything, but, they have this big fan base, right? Are you going to post this stream? I've got to. Oh, yeah, Sherry. This is gonna stay up. Yeah, yeah. Last night I got into politics, and I don't want to get into politics, so I took the stream down. That's the only reason I took the stream down, because I got into politics and politicians, and I don't want to do that on this channel.
I
Okay.
mean, good for them for catching her, but oh my
What you
god! I
looking for,
mean,
Mom?
what if there's someone they don't catch?
Oh, here you go. There you go.
I later
You're
learned she was
welcome.
allegedly connected to the Anthony family and had reportedly been caught recording. I'm sorry, I'm repeating. Outside the courthouse, the atmosphere was just as interesting. Several supporters of Carmelo Anthony were live streaming on TikTok and wearing Carmelo themed shirts. Oh, I would have loved to see them shirts. Carmelo themed shirts. Oh, Lord have mercy. I would have loved to see them. Goobers. There were also
Yeah,
multiple
well, I
members
mean,
of the Black Panther movement present. Oh, boy.
yep,
In
Black
addition, a
Panthers.
group calling itself the National Organization for Victim Advocacy was distributing flyers featuring Austin Metcalf's photograph. The flyers stated that the organization stood in solidarity with all victims of anti-white violence.
Well, but, I don't believe in anti-white, anti-black, anti-Hispanic violence. I don't agree with any. Well, yeah, Wyoming, I got into politics and now I just, you know, you vote in these politicians and it goes sideways. Okay, let me speed this up a little bit so we can get through these because there's quite a few of them.
I asked Jeff Metcalf about the group. He told me he did not know who they were. By approximately 11 a.m., we decided to leave. Nothing was taking place inside the viewing courtroom. The screens remained off. There were no proceedings being shown to the public. Day one ultimately consisted of juror processing, questionnaires, and administrative matters. From a courtroom perspective, it was largely uneventful. I figured it would be. But then again, from a courtroom perspective, yes. But on the other hand, I just thought, I cannot imagine what type of groups and movements and signs and chants and merch
Well, they
of
had
this
witchcraft.
doofus is going to be out there. So I had to check up on it and let you guys know. From an observational perspective, however, it was interesting. And at least one individual was escorted out over allegations of jury tampering. I will return
Wow.
Wednesday for the continuation of jury selection. Okay, so nothing going on tomorrow, Tuesday. Wednesday, we're back at it. So tune in. I'll give you all the recaps. Hopefully by then, the pool will have been narrowed significantly and the process of selecting the final jurors will begin in earnest. Based on my observation throughout the morning, the crowd appeared to be overwhelmingly around 95% Carmelo supporters. Man, you hate to see it. You hate to see it, but once again, kudos to Sarah Fields, because even with, that being the case, that's sad. If it's give or take roughly 95% Carmelo supporters, and Sarah Fields is still there. Still there. The 5%, part of the 5%. Walking around, gathering information and reporting it and exposing it, even right there in person, live around people who are calling her a demon and for simply.
Wow, they're calling Sarah. Sorry, I had to help Mom for a minute there, but they're calling Sarah Fields a demon. Why? Because she's white? I don't know. Go
Reporting
ahead.
facts and posting documents that otherwise the public wouldn't have known about, that gives factual, evidential information that no one would have known about with this case, at least until the trial. But she gave it a long time in advance. And so, very brave, a lot of respect to her. Pray for her safety. And keep doing what you're doing, Sarah. You're doing great stuff. And I'm with you in any way I can be. So there's your update on that. Again, I knew today would not be too eventful. It's just jury selection, but I also knew.
So that's the jury selection. Apparently one woman was arrested for jury tampering, which doesn't surprise me much. I want to take a clip of that channel, and I'll put a link in the description because it's a good channel. He goes through jail calls and all that good stuff. I'll put that in the chat so you can visit his website, please, and subscribe. He has almost a million subscribers. Let me get back over here. Cat, move back over. Okay, so he has several videos on sorry, something's coming up. So now he's a target by prison gangs. Oh, this looks exciting. Which one is this?
The trial of Carmelo Anthony has officially began, and shockingly, the rival gang members of the very gang that Carmelo Anthony was pretending to be a part of before this all happened, the very gang
Now look. This is what I tried to point out before. Okay. You want to say Carmelo is this sweet kid. Okay. What is he carrying in his right hand on the left-hand side picture? Well, if you think that's an actual weapon, it's not. It's been confirmed it's not. Well, yeah, Jed says that the transcripts, he just said it, the transcripts aren't available. Um, did I read your comment right, Wyoming? So, oh, he just he doesn't look like you know, normal, kid that just wants to, go to school and have good grades and everything. I mean, it's like, okay.
to be a part of before this all happened. The very gang that has expressed they have their
Frida!
crosshairs on Carmelo once he arrives in prison, their rivals have shown up outside of the courthouse to advocate and protest on behalf of Carmelo Anthony, the Black Panthers. On top of this, a new video filmed with a
Oh, okay. I got you now, Wyoming. I had to read your comment 3 times. I'm sorry. I'm having a little bit trouble reading is fundamental, but yeah, the transcripts do not back up Jed's claims. Do you want some ravioli? My mother's doing something weird today. Okay. Sorry. Let me play this and tend to mom. I don't know what she's doing.
contraband cell phone from behind Texas prison bars
There we go.
shows exactly the deadly environment Carmelo is headed for and just how unprepared for it he is. As someone who spent 10 years in prison myself, I'll explain everything. Let's get started. Now, as we know, this is day 3 of Carmelo Anthony's trial. It hasn't even officially begun. It's just ending the jury selection process, and that's important. We'll get to that in a moment. Just in the first 2 to 3 days, there are groups on both sides showing up in huge numbers in support of each person, Carmelo and Austin. Already it's out of control. One of Carmelo's supporters has been escorted out of the courthouse, possibly arrested for jury tampering on day 1. And the army of Carmelo supporters are calling their movement the Anti-Redneck Rally Movement.
I'm gonna push you if I get close enough. Push you right into that crane. You heard what I said, Cracker. Neanderthal, I don't give a fuck what you say. Fuck you, Cracker. Fuck you, Cracker. Fuck you, Cracker.
We gotta get out of the road.
Let's get out of the road, please. Get out of the road, please. You still a cracker? You still a cracker? You a cracker, motherfucker. You a cracker. You a cracker. He a cracker. You a cracker. You a cracker.
I muted myself. I'm sorry. There's a cracker. Here's a cracker. There's a cracker everywhere. Cracker, cracker. Okay. Crackers. I'm a Ritz cracker myself.
You ain't gonna get me, Cracker. They've been trying to get me, Cracker. You ain't gonna get me, Cracker. Cracker, you Cracker's a dead Cracker.
What? He just said any good cracker is a dead cracker. Really? And you're fighting for Carmelo Anthony. Let me put that on normal speed. This is what I'm talking about. Idiots like this guy.
And you ain't gonna get me.
There is one guy. There's one white guy with the American flag. And all these people are screaming and yelling at him. What you looking for, Mom? Here's a lighter.
Yes, thank you.
Mom's a little confused today. So she needs extra attention today. Could be Wyoming, who knows? I think Jed would be afraid of him. Okay, what there's one guy with the American flag and a tie on.
Cracker, you good cracker is a dead cracker.
The only good cracker is a dead cracker. Way to go to, kind of close the divide in America. Good on you, buddy.
Only good cracker is a dead cracker. Only good cracker is a dead cracker.
Oh, that's 3 times he said it now. So, you mean to tell me, uh, that, we're supposed to respect this guy and the people that are filming him? This is what I'm talking about. All you Jed supporters, is this how you think? Is this how you think about white people? Only a good cracker is a dead cracker. He said it 3 times. He's probably going to say it again. I haven't watched this video. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, people like Jed and the people that follow him want this divide in America. And people like this guy. Nice. And you wonder why there's violence. And the girl in the pink said, right on. Right. And they wonder why there's cops all over the place. Oh, what's the matter, Jed Trolls? You don't like this? This is reality. This is your reality.
Only good cracker is a dead cracker.
He's gonna say it 50 times.
Only good cracker is a dead cracker.
Basically saying if you show up and you think Austin Metcalf was a victim just because he got stabbed to death, then you're a redneck. Now, the Carmelo Anthony army is
MAGA.
also mad because officially, this is just coming out, the jury has been selected and there is not a single black person on this jury. And so they are outraged and already convinced this is a big conspiracy. Oh, you're all just trying to, cheat the system to convict this guy, Carmelo. All he did was brutally stab and murder an innocent high school kid. This has to be a conspiracy because there's no black people on the jury. So they're outraged, according to the most competent, straightforward, factual journalist who has been covering this Carmelo Anthony case from the beginning and is actually a local to the Frisco area, Sarah Fields. She is on scene every single day, despite being hated, one of the most hated people by the core of the Carmelo Anthony support army.
Wow.
She is there and reported members of the Black Panther Party were outside of the courthouse and inside of the courthouse to advocate for Carmelo Anthony's innocence. That means Carmelo Anthony has the support of the Black Panther Party. Why is this relevant? That means that he also has the support of the gang called the Gangster Disciples. How are they related?
Oh. Jed. Gangster Disciples. Jed. Jed, that little tattoo on your neck, was that the Gangster Disciples tattoo? That's what I heard. I don't know. I'm just asking a question. So if the Gangster Disciples are down there, Jed, why aren't you with them? Okay, go ahead.
The Gangster Disciples are the newer generation branch off. This is just gang culture. It may not be interesting, but it's just facts. And this is very important in prison, whether you care or not. The Gangster Disciples are a branch off, a subgroup that derived from the Black Panther Party. The Gangster Disciples are a very prominent and present gang within the Texas prison system. That's important. Why is it important? Because of this photo. This sparked a lot of issues with many inmates within the Texas prison system. How do I know? Because I have contacts with many inmates in many prisons in many states. And I can tell you, if you missed my original video about this, I'll link it in the description below. What Carmelo is doing, he is throwing up this gang sign, and that is the gang sign pretending to be another popular gang in that local area called the Insane Vice Lords. The Vice Lords are a long-time rival gang of the Gangster Disciples who originate from the Black Panthers. Now, I mentioned in my original video that when someone falsely claims to be a part of a gang, which they have confirmed he's not a part of the Vice Lords, he grew up in the suburbs, he lives in a gated community. Nothing wrong with that, but don't go around here pretending to be you're a part of some deadly gang. They don't like that. You make them look bad. And so when you go to prison and you've been claiming to be one, all the other gangs, at first, they look at the gang that's being claimed like kind of your responsibility to handle that because you're the gang that they're pretending to be a part of. That's just how it works, whether it makes sense or not. And so the Vice Lords have already expressed they are waiting for any one of their members to be placed into a cell block with Carmelo Anthony so that they can handle what they need to handle with him and give him the consequences, the barbarian consequences of claiming to be a part of a barbarian gang.
Wow.
But now you have the Black Panthers showing up with the affiliation of the Gangster Disciples. And so it's only to be assumed that the Gangster Disciples, and I'm not just coming out of nowhere with this. I did a decade in prison and I was around. All there was is Bloods, Crips, and Gangster Disciples in my state prison system. I know how they think. I know how they operate. If the Black Panthers are showing up advocating for Carmelo Anthony, then I guarantee you, as an extension, the Gangster Disciples are going to be behind him. And so this could actually cause an entire gang war. It's that simple to cause one in a prison system. And listen, if you think things aren't serious and deadly and dangerous when it comes to gang activity, and someone like Carmelo, just this little kid from the suburbs who thought he was tough, and he's just a tiny little guy. He's like 140 pounds. I mean, he's a tiny little young little dude. Let me show you this clip. It just came out, and this is from Texas prison inmates, and they're sending a warning to Carmelo about his paperwork. And when I say,
oh, does anybody know what paperwork means? Where's the trolls? Where's Jed's cult? What? There, are you learning something? Maybe, possibly.
paperwork, it means the evidence. Did you snitch? Did you do anything that breaks the prison convict rules? And you may be thinking, well, there's no one to snitch on. You know, Carmelo, he did it or he didn't do it. Well, he said he did it.
Let me put this on 1.25 speed. There we go. I just wanted to hear that guy calling crackers as good dead crackers.
But, you know, the reason he says he did it was self-defense. So, there, you know, it's not like he's not snitching. They call it self-snitching. If you go into prison and you confessed to doing it, they call it self-snitching. They don't like that.
Probably
That's
French.
still bad. It may not make sense to you. It makes sense to them. One of their mottos are, if you'll tell on yourself, you'll tell on anybody. I want you to
Oh.
watch this clip and imagine being Carmelo, little tiny Carmelo,
Uh-oh.
walking into this cell. Tell me how you think he's gonna feel.
Hey, man, this all Texas boy, man. This all Texas boy, man. Hey, this all Texas boy, man. You gotta have good paperwork to walk this yard, man. You gotta have good paperwork to walk this yard, man. Nah, for real. You gotta have good paperwork. You gotta have good paperwork to walk this yard, man. Fucking nigga talking about. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Hey, Louise, hey, you gotta have good paperwork to walk this yard. You can't walk this yard. Yeah, fucking nigga talking about. Big Texas shit. Yeah. What's going on, man? Nah, hey, then we got a commentator. Look at this pussy ass. Nah, for real. The guys, man. We ain't be lit, man. Nah, for real.
I'm gonna leave you with this. What you saw in that video is such a great depiction of what it's like, a POV, to enter prison for the first time, especially as someone like Carmelo. Carmelo is not a thug. He's not a gangster. He's an idiot, and he's a piece of crap who took someone's life. But make no mistake, he grew up in the suburbs. He just felt, probably influenced by rap music or who knows what, that he had to be a gangster. But he doesn't realize there's levels to it, and there are real, actual gangsters out there. And now you're going to be trapped in a box with real gangsters, and you are going to become a scared little boy when you go in there. These guys are going to use him in any way they can, whether physically, financially, and he's going to comply because he's going to be scared. He doesn't have his mommy and daddy there with their money and their GoFundMes to pay for whatever. It's just him. There's nothing you can do anymore. And that's the reality. That's why these guys in this clip are having so much fun. They get to do what they want to who they want to do it to. And they'll do it to Carmelo. The only hope he has is that he has the backing of gangster disciples. But make no mistake, I don't care who is influencing and advocating on the outside of prison. Like, yeah, we support Carmelo, so hey, let me make a phone call. Hey guys, have Carmelo's back in prison. The guys in prison don't give a crap about what the guys who aren't in prison are telling them to do. And if that doesn't make sense, I want you to think,
It makes sense.
I'm in prison because I put in work. I killed someone. I did this. I did that. I'm serving decades in prison. You're not. You're outside. Don't call me and tell me to do something to somebody or to act a certain way or to carry out an order when I'm in prison and you're free. How about you do what I tell you to do? Like, I'm the one back here. That's just the mentality that comes with these gangs, if that makes any sense. If it doesn't, I don't really know how to explain it to you any
It
better.
does.
But just trust me, that's how it works. The gang members in prison have more say-so than the gang members outside of prison, okay? If Carmelo Anthony can't provide any value to the gangster disciples, they are not going to go to war with the vice lords and the Aryan Brotherhood, which also wants to get Carmelo Anthony for all of the racist things he's done and his family and team and army has done. They're not going to go to war and disturb their peace for some little stupid little 19-year-old who thought he was a thug when you're living in one of the best parts of Texas. They're just not. And that's my takeaway. Carmelo's going to have to find a way to incentivize this gang to continue to back him. And he better hope the gang he's incentivizing, wherever he's at, you better hope there's a prominent presence of them. I mean, in any state, there's probably 5 to 10 to 15 prisons. In any of these 5 to 15 prisons, the dynamic could be so drastic. It could be, there's, 3 in any cell block. There's 3 of this gang and 17 of this gang. Who do you think's going to win? You better hope you're in the right place and you're in good with the right gang and not targeted by the wrong gang. It's
Tommy! Where's Tommy? Just for Tommy. Okay, he's almost done with this.
random. It's a scratch off ticket. It's a lottery. Do you see where I'm going? None of this really means anything. Once he gets to prison, and it doesn't seem like he's really going to have any money to sustain protection
No,
because his parents have
spent it
taken the
all.
money and they've bought luxury cars and they've moved into a bigger house
Right.
with a gated community and clothes and you know they kind of balled out. They balled out. You know, we balling over here. You know, they took his money that was
Yep.
raised for him.
Over
And
half a
they got a
million
bunch of
dollars.
rims for their Cadillacs. So there's not much money left for what it really needs to be used for, which is prison protection for decades. If you really cared about your son, I'll leave you with that. That's the end of my yap session, and that's kind of what's going on here.
Jumpsuit, jumpsuit Pablo. I don't know why I get tongue twisted on that one. But wait, there's more on Carmelo Anthony. This is reality. This is not running around in Baton Rouge where they could give two shits about Carmelo. Some of them probably do, but most of them don't. Hey, why don't you put some money on his books or something? Let's see. I think I just played that one. Did I play the Oh, okay. Here's the witchcraft one. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Subscribe to Jumpsuit Pablo.
Performing witchcraft rituals right outside of the courthouse. And finally, the claim that the jury is consisting of all white people gets debunked. Let's get started.
Oh, debunked. I like his show. He does a lot of prison calls stuff.
Let's start with the wacky stuff first. I mean, you got doofuses who are in support of Carmelo outside of the courthouse performing witchcraft rituals.
Oh, good
Okay,
grief.
just take a look at this video first.
Hey, come on, get up. That shit is bad. Let's go bring that guy. Now she must go. Because you are the one who's agitating. If I just came there, I would have been in jail right now. Don't agitate me because I'm really not the one. Okay, come across the street. You can either correct me. Because I'm not a person, then it's going to end up with you. So don't ever speak to me. I'm peaceful. So now you calm. Calm down. You're a racist bitch. You're a racist bitch. What's your problem with my skin? What's your problem with my skin? I'm not racist. What's your problem with my skin? I don't have a problem here. So if 4 people come attack you right now, what are you going to do? Are you going to...
First of all, I'm not too concerned that there's any magic being put out into the world in favor of Carmelo because the young lady doing the witch ritual is wearing a Harry Potter shirt.
A what?
What a goober. What do you...
She's doing witchcraft with a Harry Potter shirt on? Yes, Wyoming, he does. Mom seems to be having trouble today. I'm not quite sure what's going on with her. But she wants to go gambling, I think. Maybe I'll put on the horses for her later, and she can bet on a couple of horses. I just don't know what she's doing. Okay. Harry Potter shirt.
That's like if I hired a construction crew
Chicken
to
bone.
build me a house and they all showed up wearing Bob the Builder merch. I mean, what? Huh? Sorry, I just don't take you that serious. Oh, you do witchcraft and you're wearing a Harry Potter shirt? Loser. Yeah, I'm sure that spell's going to be real effective. And then you got this other lady over here holding the sign, and I zoomed in to see what it says. It says 4 versus 1.
What does that mean? 4 versus 1. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. Harry Potter was a magician, a fictional one. Today. Really, Tommy? Happy birthday. Aw, happy birthday. Yay. Happy birthday, Amber.
Assuming she's meaning there were 4 people ganging up on the one Carmelo.
Oh.
4v1, Carmelo defended himself.
Okay.
You will hear in all of the testimonies I'm about to read to you, nothing even close to that happened. I don't know where you're getting the number 4 from. I don't know where you're getting even a number that's more than 1 from. And it also wasn't defending himself from 1. But that's the type of foolery going on outside of the courthouse, not to mention
I can't believe it. Uh, What are these bones? Uh,
the latest report from Saturday, today. The Carmelo Support Army apparently doesn't do weekends because there's only, quote, 5 Carmelo supporters there outside of the courthouse today.
oh,
Yeah, they we need our weekends, fight, fight, fight. But hang on now. I need to go get a shaved ice
alakazam.
and kick my feet up on Saturday and Sunday. Now, hang on now. Can't be doing this every day. I don't care that much. Real quick, there's been some big outrage on the Carmelo support side saying it's an all-white jury that has been selected because, they just wrapped up a day or two ago the jury selection process and they have the jury now. They say it's an all-white jury. That's not true. There's just no black people on the jury. They have Hispanic jurors. Did a gnat just land on my nose?
All right.
Hispanic jurors, Asian jurors, and Indian jurors, as well as white jurors.
Oh,
There are no black ones. Deal with it. Anyways, let's begin with the testimony of a teammate of Austin Metcalf's. This is a black student, by the way.
so it wasn't an all-white jury. Got it. Go.
That shouldn't matter, but unfortunately it does, thanks to the Carmelo Anthony support side. Let's hear what he has to say. This is a post made by Brianna Morello on X.com. She says, big update. Another unidentified teammate is testifying. For context, this teen is black. The teen was sitting next to Carmelo Anthony when Austin Metcalf shoved him. He said Austin's shove was so light that Carmelo did not touch him. And they were sitting next to each other. When Carmelo reached into his book bag, Austin allegedly said, quote, "This is Frisco. You don't have anything in there." The teen adds that he believes Carmelo was looking to pick a fight and not Austin. And just from what this quote says, from what this witness says Austin said.
Please forgive me. Mom has just had an accident, and I think I need to help her. So go ahead, jump suit, Pablo.
This is Frisco. You don't have anything in there. Obviously, he's assuming, hey, this is a nice town. Things like this don't happen here. People don't kill people here. People don't stab people or shoot people here. This is Frisco. This is a nice part of town. Like, come on, give me a break. This is Frisco. You don't have anything in that book bag. But he did. And if that is such an uncommon occurrence in Frisco to where a Frisco native would say something like that and truly believed it, wanted to call his bluff, what does it say about Carmelo? The fact that he did have something in that book bag. What are you trying to do? Why are you so eager to have something in your book bag and just so ready to use it for any reason, any excuse you can find? In an area where this is clearly not a common occurrence at all.
I'm
what does it say about Carmelo Anthony and who he's aspiring to be? And the thing is, when he gets found guilty and gets sent to Texas prisons, buddy, that person you were aspiring to be, you're about to be around them for real. And you're going to find out what those people are really like because you're not one of them. You're just a coward.
These are actual videos from inside the Texas prison.
Who caught somebody off guard.
So if you want to help Carmelo, maybe you should put some money on his books.
No idea what you're about to walk into and what they're going to do to you and how they're going to treat you. I just hope you know
Yeah,
that.
she's okay, GB.
Let's go to the next testimony. This is from a coach.
She's all right.
This post made by Sarah Fields on X. You can find her here. She's in the courtroom every day of this trial. She's a local of where this case is happening, so she's there every day.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put the link in the description too for Sarah Fields. Oh, that's goofy. Sorry.
And she's got your live updates every single day. Tune into her. She says the next witness brought in was Joshua Redman, a coach with Liberty High School.
There you go.
Joshua Redman is an Army veteran. He was deployed 3 times, blown up 3 times. He said that he has led men and lost men. He is 6'4", 240 pounds.
Damn.
Big guy. On April 2nd, he was the throwing coach. He said that Liberty High School had 2 tents, one for the boys and one for the girls. He said the weather was only a light drizzle of rain and it was not raining heavy. He stated that he was close to Memorial High School tent. He did not hear anything until there was a burst of energy. He said kids were running and people were screaming. He heard them running on the aluminum bleachers. He stated that he then saw Austin Metcalf at the bottom of the bleachers with his back up against the fence. He said Austin then fell to the ground. His brother Hunter ran to him and held him and was screaming that he had been stabbed. He stated that he then took off his coat and put pressure on the wound. He had to shove Hunter to the side because Hunter was trying to hold Austin tightly. Hunter was hysterical, understandably. He stated that based on the location of the wound and the amount of blood pouring into Austin's abdomen, he could tell that it was not good.
No.
He then stated that he recognized agonal breathing, which he knew meant that Austin was already passing. He stated that before EMS arrived, he knew that Austin was already gone. But he did not state this because he wanted all life-saving measures to be taken regardless.
You know, in this whole thing, I think we're all forgetting there is a dead child. A 17-year-old lost his life because of a touch, a shove, whatever, on a track field at a high school. I don't know if it was an actual high school, wherever the track facility was. A young man of 17 has lost his life. Anybody talking about Austin Metcalf? Or is he just a cracker and all crackers should die, like that guy said?
After EMS arrived, he then went to the lockers to wash the blood off of his hands, and he left the jacket on the ground. Then they played the 911 tape in court, Sarah says. This tape was absolutely devastating for everyone in the room. You could hear everyone screaming in the background. You could hear the Army veteran working on Austin. You can hear the coach screaming, "Stay with me, Austin. Stay with me." The individual who called 911 said that Austin was breathing, but it was just the agonal breathing as recognized by the coach, which meant that Austin was already gone. In the background of the 911 call, you can hear Hunter crying and screaming. You could hear him saying, "Please, God, please, please, God."
Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
The caller then gave 911 the description of Carmelo and stated that he was just some kid from another school. Photos were then shown to the jury of Austin. This photo was not placed on the screen out of respect for the Metcalf family. A picture was then shown of the jacket that was used to attempt to stop the bleeding, and the inside of it was covered in blood. The coach was cross-examined. It was reiterated that he did not hear any yelling before the incident. This concludes the end of day 4. Now, the final testimony you need to be updated on. The state called, again, this is a post from, they go by the username Sippy Cup, but they work very closely with Sarah Fields. I'll link them there just to give them credit because they're doing good work. They say the state called Tiffany Whitaker, an athletic trainer at Memorial High School. She said that her job was to prevent athletic injury. She stated that she was at every event. She has received extensive medical training and is CPR certified. She said that she knew both boys, I'm assuming Carmelo and Austin Metcalf.
Yeah.
She stated that there was a rule about the tent. It is like a locker room. It's a team's safe space. And as someone, I wasn't there, but I have 3 big sisters, and my oldest sister was always, she was a cross-country / track runner all throughout middle school, high school, and even college.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I went to many, many, many events, track, cross country, whatever. Okay, and so I know how it works, and that is true. There are tents. You will see tents, and it has the logo of the school, and there's guys, there's girls, there's, you know, it's all separated, and, you know, you have all your belongings and your bags, and it's all under one tent, and you're with your group, you're with your team under a tent.
Yep.
And that's just how it is. Okay. It goes on to say, she stated that the weather was cloudy and windy. She stated that around 10 a.m., she was set up with medical equipment at the Andrews building. She stated that she saw Austin around 9:30 a.m. and he gave her a hug.
Okay.
She said that she saw a commotion and heard screaming. She ran onto the track to see what was going on. She said that a student she knew said, quote, him, he stabbed him and threw the knife. The student then pointed directly at Carmelo Anthony. She said that she then stopped right in front of Carmelo and put her arms out to stop him, because we know at this point Carmelo's running and he's fleeing.
He did.
She then got Coach Hooper's attention with Heritage High School. She said, Hooper, then turned towards Carmelo and said, you stabbed someone, son? She then moved on to find the person who was stabbed. She did not know who it was yet. She arrived to the tent and saw multiple people were already helping Austin. She grabbed his wrist
Yep.
to check for a pulse. She gave rescue breaths while the coach with Liberty High School was giving compressions. There's your testimonies, and there's your updates. And that's about all I can deal with right now. That's awful.
You can tell he's all choked up. And hey, he's been in prison for 10 years. He's out of prison now. He paid his debt, right? I don't know what he was in prison for. I have no idea. It wasn't for murder or anything. I don't know what it was for. This guy's been inside the prisons. He knows where things go. But there's more. You guys wanted to see it, so I'm gonna play it. And then I will get off. Make sure you subscribe to okay, let's go to this one. Carmelo Anthony has a bounty put on his head in prison already. Okay, here we go. Hey Scott, good to see ya. We're back.
Now that Carmelo Anthony has been sentenced to 35 years in prison, the updates are far from over. They're coming in faster than ever. I have newly
there's that
released
guy.
911 calls and the surveillance footage of the murder for you. Also, a disturbing TikTok dance trend by Carmelo supporters meant to dishonor Austin Metcalf. And the man who advocated for Carmelo and his innocence the hardest has now come forward and said he plans to have a hit placed on Carmelo inside prison. I'll explain
Wow.
everything. Let's get started.
Wow.
Now, first off, of course, here's Carmelo's mugshot. Wowee, what a pointy noggin this guy has.
It's like Jed
You might want to start growing a mustache, brother. I'm not going to lie.
and a beard.
Trust me, if you know, you know. Now, with this mugshot, I see this post, and it's actually getting hundreds of thousands over 1 million views. And so it's kind of circulating, and people are, oh. It says Carmelo Anthony has filed a formal complaint alleging ongoing sexual harassment in prison, claiming that fellow inmates have repeatedly subjected him to inappropriate physical contact.
And by the look at that guy's face, Pablo, you can tell who he's talking about. Well, Wyoming, he's in protective custody right now. I don't know how long he'll be in there. It's a whole shit show, right? Scott, good to see you. Hey, Scott, you caught a couple of fishes last night. Oh, I forgot to email you with them. Ooh. I think one was a Burke.
Me personally, I never think that's really funny, no matter
It's
what.
not.
I mean, you're either against that or you think it's okay in certain situations.
This kid is in real trouble. Real physical trouble. He went around putting screenshots of himself trying to be a gangster, and he's not. It's pissing off all the gangsters in prison, which they don't fuck around. Uh, uh, and what are y'all doing? You're going to Baton Rouge. You need to sit down and talk to this youngster on the phone and put some money on his book so he can pay off people to protect him. Oh, yes, Scott. Yes.
Situations. I just don't think it's funny. Some people are just loving it and eating it up. It is what
It's
it
not.
is. That's just me, man. That's just me personally. But I will say this is not true.
Ah,
Number one, because well, look at this guy's mugshot. You think people are all up on him now. Number two, we have some fact checking going on, and it says this account is a parody news account as stated in its bio description.
oh,
No credible sources report Carmelo Anthony filing any prison sexual harassment complaint.
ah,
So that's just not true. It's not
It's a
true that he's
lie.
filed a complaint. I have no idea if he's experienced anything like that. No idea. Wouldn't be shocked if he did. Wouldn't be shocked if he didn't. Moving on. Newly released 911 call audio. Prepare yourself. This is a student who seems to be very much in shock. 2 to 3 minutes long. If you don't want to listen, skip forward about 3 minutes.
Frisco 911, what is the location of the emergency?
Hi, we're at Titan Bell Stadium. My friend just got stabbed.
Okay, do you know who stabbed him?
We have no clue. He was sitting in our tent, but you need to send an ambulance right now.
They're on the way, okay? Give me a description of the person that stabbed him.
He was wearing a gray Essentials hoodie. He was black. He's standing out on the side right now.
He's
Blue
standing on the
sweatpants
track?
on. Yes.
Okay.
His blue sweatpants on and gone.
Okay, what did he stab your friend with?
I don't know. My friend's bleeding everywhere.
Okay. Where was he stabbed at?
The chest.
Okay. And do you still see the person that stabbed him, or did he leave?
It was Austin. Austin got stabbed in the chest. I'm sorry, what did you say?
The person that stabbed him, is he still there? Do you still see him?
There's adults on him, I think. Yeah.
There's adults that are trying to keep him there?
Know who he is. Sorry, what?
The person that stabbed your friend, is he still there?
Yeah, he's still here.
Okay, and
He's with the coach.
there's a coach with him?
Yes, he's with us. People got him.
Okay. Do you know if he still has the weapon on him?
No clue, but he's like he can't do nothing. He's done.
What do you mean?
He stabbed Austin Metcalf in the chest. What?
What do you mean he can't do anything? What's going on with him?
Like coaches have him, he can't hurt anyone.
Okay, when you say they have him, are they physically holding him down?
No, they're just holding him, walking around.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What's your name? What's your last name?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your last name? And do you see any of the responders there yet?
We hear the sirens, but
Okay.
the coaches sent us out. We're all walking to our buses.
Okay. So you're going to get on a bus right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the rest of the students are walking towards the buses?
Yeah, everyone's being evacuated out of the stadium.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being quick.
Okay. Just follow whatever directions you're being provided by either the officers or by your coaches, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect. All kinds of help headed that way.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So here we have the surveillance footage of Carmelo. He's in the white shirt. Up here, you'll see him in a second once he breaks away from the tent in this highlighted bubble. He's running. Somewhere around here, he throws the weapon, the knife. He's just skedaddling, running for it. I mean, he's just out of here. There he is. He's running. He's running. And then someone's going to grab him here soon. Someone in authority.
Yep.
Now, yeah, don't try to walk now. You know, there's like a mob behind you, like pointing at him. Like, hey, somebody get this guy. You try to quit sprinting.
So is this what they're talking about by, 4 kids on 1 person? Inquiring minds want to know.
Just like walk normal as if like no one will notice you. Yeah, no. don't think so. So here they are. Now they got him. You know, now you're getting escorted, buddy. Good job. Wow.
Yeah.
And they're currently treating the victim. Again, he's on the north end of the stadium. All right. Any weapons on you like that? Go. Oh, look here.
4-4, copy, I'll be around.
Y'all back up a little bit. Come over here for me. Come over here.
447,
I'm gonna put your handcuffs for now, okay?
This is body cam arrest footage.
Everybody can slow down. I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs right now detained. Hold on. You can open up the channel, and medics are clear to come in. Have them come to the north. So nothing on your person at all? Nothing? Mind if I reach in your pockets and stuff and all that? Stabbing? Okay.
So you have one child dead and one child who's going to be in prison for a long time. Was it worth it? You're not supposed to be in that tent. It was the other team's tent. You knew it. You went in anyways. Was it worth it? His parents raised over $500,000 for lawyers, and I don't know about his lawyer team, but we've already showed the information on the affidavit of the defense attorney.
Little person. Memorial tent over there, guys. All right.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
Ah, don't be crying now, bro.
He put his hands on me. So that justifies you stabbing him in the chest. Fear of God, yeah. I think Jumpsuit has it, same sweatshirt. I think he says he's gonna throw it away. PR person for the Anthonys, Alexander, said there weren't people hanging up on Carmelo in the video. Oh, do you mean ganging up? Oh yeah, ganging up. Okay, I see it now.
Brother.
We're in the north end. They got staff standing to him right now. This is the alleged suspect. Okay.
Plenty of time to cry in prison for 35 years. Trust me.
It's up to you. Let me do one more little check of you, okay? You don't mind for reaching your pockets, anything like that? You good?
I'm wearing some little underwear. No, ma'am, I don't think so.
What's your name, man?
Carmelo Anthony, K-A-R-M-E-L.
Have a seat here.
You know what's
You know what's odd? He's gonna mention that t-shirt, sweatshirt. Okay, so, what if Austin had punched him in the face? Well, which didn't occur, according to witnesses. Does that justify stabbing him in the chest? I mean, a push. One push.
awful? I have that
Ridiculous.
exact same hoodie.
Yep, see? Yep.
It's in my washing machine right now. I'm going to have to go throw it away now because I'm
Okay.
not going to wear it.
Equipment. Watch your head. Let me check your hood here, buddy, okay? Yes, sir. Well, I'll tell you what, lean this way so you're not resting on your hands, okay?
Is it okay?
I don't know yet, man. Carmelo, C-A-R-A.
K-A-R.
K-A-R.
M-E-L-O.
M-E-L-O. Carmelo, what's your last name? A-N-T-H-O-N-Y. Where are you in?
He seems awful calm to
Emerson?
me.
Where do you go? Centennial.
Now let's talk about the hit or the threat of violence being
Right.
ordered against Carmelo Anthony behind bars in prison.
Right.
Who do you think did it? Would you believe it? Charleston White. Once again, if you don't know who that is, you probably don't need to know. But I'll tell you this. He's a very viral character on the internet. Okay. He initially came out in the very beginning of this case against Carmelo Anthony because he's
Oh.
against all, like, you know, black violence and murder and kids thinking it's cool to kill people and, you know, being influenced by rap music and gangsters and all that. He initially
Okay.
came out against Carmelo. One day, he took a hard turn and was like, I'm all for Carmelo. I love Carmelo. I love his family. They're great
Really?
people. It was self-defense. I'm using my internet money to hire boxing trainers to train Carmelo in case he goes to prison to learn how to box, which that's not going
Boxing.
to help. And, you know, all, you know, blah, 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 blah. We love Carmelo. He's singing a very different tune now and even admits
Oh.
that he was paid by the Anthony family to support him. And
So he's saying that the Anthony family paid him. Got it.
because he says, I'll just send the money back
Okay.
because I don't support you anymore. And in fact, I will make sure that Carmelo has a diabolical experience in prison.
Wow.
That's what he says. Watch this.
I'm off the Carmelo Anthony case. I ain't putting no goddamn money toward that boy. His daddy too goddamn weak for me. I don't like a weak nigga. His daddy ain't willing to die, kill, or go to jail for nothing. That nigga just wants some bills paid. Nigga, I'd rather stand with the Jeff Metcalf nigga than I would with Carmelo's daddy. Nigga is weak, dockside and conservative. I ain't standing with no weak ass black man, nigga. I'm off the case. I'm sending the money back. Go get them weak ass nigga Benjamin Crump here, nigga. I'm out.
Wow.
So Charleston, he has nothing to say about the evidence or the trial, the court case, the arguments made by either side. He just has to say, Carmelo's daddy is weak. He a weak black man.
Okay.
So I'm not, no. And I'm going to send your money back. Did you hear that?
Oh.
So Charleston, you're basically admitting you were sent money.
Huh.
Would that have anything to do with the fact that initially you were against Carmelo and suddenly you are all for him? You're going to send his money back and you're done supporting Carmelo. And then if you read the text there that is included in the visual, this is an alleged message sent to Drew Anthony, Carmelo's father, saying, if you keep making me mad and bothering me, if you want to keep this going, if you really want to keep this going, I can have some pretty messed up things happen to him in prison. And I believe that. It is not hard. And especially with Charleston being, I mean, he resides in Texas. He knows people. He's been to prison himself. He used to be a gang member. He was a member of the Crips. He knows people and he's got money. You can hate him, you can love him. He's got money and he knows people. That's just the neutral facts. And I'm telling you, it is that easy. They don't care. If you're talking about paying me to do what? To who? Where? Okay. Send the money. And they'll do it. That's nothing. Oh, that's nothing. Carmelo is not going to have an easy time in prison. He's just not. That's just.
He's not. Don't understand why. I don't know. Why are you bringing a knife to attract me? You know, people are saying it's a utility knife. It's a knife. A knife to attract me. Hi, Bear.
Just a fact. And you know what? I don't think he should have an easy time in prison. All this money being raised by people who are just donating because they believe that, you know, if you're white, it's okay for you to be killed. You don't need to be in there living like a king, eating all your Snicker bars and honey buns and drinking sodas and having all this money. And you'd probably never get any of that money because your father has proven himself to be such a piece of crap that he's probably just going to take all that money and use it on himself, him and his wife. And that's tough, buddy. Golly. But you deserve it. I mean, you deserve every bit of it.
No, what happened to the over 600,000 raised for Carmelo? Yeah, it's Swiss Army knives, right? But you don't take it out and stab somebody in the chest because they touched you.
Did we see him running in that surveillance? He's trying to get away because it right when it set in, the reality of what he just did, he tried to run and take off. And then it's not even like, you know, oh, he's running because, oh, self-defense. He was scared. He attacked, he reacted, and now he's sprinting away. Then why try to immediately switch 10 seconds later to a casual, I'm just a normal person, I don't want to draw attention to myself, stroll through the stadium to get to my car or wherever. You know, I didn't just kill someone. You know,
I don't know,
I'm just
Wyoming.
strolling, and they
Yeah.
got you.
I
What are
don't
you
know.
hiding? Give me a break. No one in their right mind could support this dude, but I'll tell you further proof that no one in their right mind would support this dude. Let me tell you about who does support this dude still after his conviction.
Okay.
His supporters have started a new trend on TikTok. I'm not going to show you actual video footage because I don't even want to spread the footage of what they're doing, but I will show you a screenshot just as proof and verification and validation that what I'm saying is correct and accurate.
Okay.
But I will not post the actual footage out of respect. But they have started a new TikTok trend where Carmelo supporters are doing this specific little dance to music.
You've got to be kidding me. And over here, I learned my lesson. You know, that guy shouting how many times? 5 times. You know, a good cracker is a dead cracker, right? Really, is this the way it goes? Any cracker is a good cracker? Is that what y'all think? And I'm gonna clip that too, of that guy saying that. And what did that woman say filming him? That's right. Uh-huh. So what is this?
And they're calling it the Austin Bop. I don't know.
The Austin Bop?
Brother, I know you ain't making over $7 an hour. They're calling it the Austin Bop. And they're doing a dance where they imitate what happened to Austin.
Seriously.
And it's becoming a trend. And it's spreading. And we need to report these people. We need to report their profiles. We need to get these videos taken down. We need to stop this. We need to scare people. We need to make them scared and afraid of posting these videos in fear for, if nothing else matters to you, you may lose your little stupid, silly little TikTok account if you post a video like this, because we need to be reporting this little trend. And here's a screenshot.
Okay. He wanted all of them, so I'm gonna play all of them. I mean, seriously, people? Seriously? What is going on? Please subscribe to Jumpsuit Pablo. Great channel. Great channel. Magnolia, how are you? Good to see you. Okay, so, he's got the Jeremy DeWitt. What's that Parkland, shooter? What's his name? That little lunatic. Shut up, Parkland School. His jail phone calls are something else. Okay. Exposed and exploited in prison. Last month. Put on over here.
Carmelo Anthony is now rotting in prison with several bounties placed on his head. But outside, in public, random white people are being viciously beaten and attacked by the Carmelo army simply for being white. Also, new information revealed of Carmelo during the trial shows just what a coward he is. And finally, the heartbreaking final texts to Austin Metcalf's phone just hours before he was stabbed. I'll explain everything. Let's get started.
Wow. Bear wants attention. Little snot.
Now, most of these updates, if not all, honestly, are from Sarah J. Fields. Sarah Fields on X.com, reporter and journalist on all things Carmelo. Okay.
And I'm gonna post her link and the link to Jumpsuit Pablo in the description. I've already posted it in the chat.
Credit to her. She says, report. Last night, Sammy Lee of Longview, Texas, was attacked by individuals that she says were Carmelo Anthony supporters while out having drinks at a bar called Whiskey J's. According to Sammy, nothing happened inside the bar. However, while walking back to her vehicle to head home, she was jumped by multiple girls she had never met or seen before. Sammy says that while she was being beaten, the girls were yelling, "Free Carmelo," and stating that they were going to target, quote, the smallest white girl they could find. Sammy's injuries included a black eye and staples in her head. Now here's some photos of Sammy with the aftermath. I have to make them black and white because I'm not allowed to show. That is absolutely ridiculous. This is just pure hatred. This has nothing to do. This serves no purpose, does nothing for Carmelo. You're yelling "Free Carmelo" while beating some random white girl who's just trying to go home. How does that do anything towards getting Carmelo to go free? It doesn't, and they know it doesn't.
It doesn't. And neither does going to Baton Rouge with 3 people, maybe 2. It's ridiculous. It's race baiting, rage baiting. Do whatever you can to get that attention instead of sticking to the facts of the case. It, and I'm not talking about anything. The transcripts are out. Read them.
Doesn't. They're doing it out of pure spite and hatred. And so this Carmelo army, I mean, these are the kind of people it consists of and the hatred they have in their heart. And honestly, it makes sense. And it's not that surprising because if you're supporting Carmelo.
And I have to say, you Jed trolls, you little cult members of Jed who think he's an actual prophet, do you hate me because I'm white? Is that why you hate me so bad? Hey, Douglas, good to see you. Is that why you hate me? Because I'm a cracker? Ritz cracker? Is that why you hate me? Get the hell out of here.
It only makes sense that you would go do something like this to someone who's not, they don't even have anything to do with this. They're just existing and living their life. And you do this amount of damage to them in retaliation because the person Carmelo murdered has the same skin color as this random girl.
Right. Because she's white, it's okay to beat her up in the streets. Oh, Gumbo. Where's my friend? I thought I was going to be sent some gumbo. Do you know I don't think I've ever had gumbo? I don't think I ever have. I would like to know when did he shave his fro? Oh, his afro? Oh, I don't know. This is his booking video. That's what this is. But there's a lot to catch up on. What a day.
It's ridiculous. And according to Sammy, the girls responsible for this attack are Dejae Brown, Sierra Fuller, and Alana Mumphrey. Law enforcement has been notified.
I've heard of it.
We will keep up with that. Moving on. Apparently, what we're learning is Carmelo couldn't even look Jeff Metcalf, the father of Austin Metcalf, the victim, in the face during the trial while he, the father, was giving the victim impact statement. Jeff says, quote, "You can't look me in the eyes, but you can stab my effing son." That's what Jeff Metcalf said directly to Carmelo Anthony. This is from Sarah Fields again. She was in court every single day for the entire trial. And she says, throughout the family's impact statements, Carmelo kept his head down and refused to look at them. He only briefly looked up at Hunter for a few seconds before lowering his head again. Coward. And that says a lot about how it's going to go for you in prison because you can't even face these people who aren't even really able to physically do anything to you. How are you going to stand up and have your backbone straightened out against other killers and murderers and savages in prison who approach you, extort you, assault you in several ways.
Oh, I've had that, Scott. Okay. So I've had dirty rice and I didn't even know it. Okay. So I've had it. Okay. It's very delicious. It's delicious. I didn't know what it was called, but it was good. Okay, got it. Go.
Bully you. What are you gonna do? You're just a little teenager and you're tiny. He's a tiny little guy. It says a lot. It's not going to be good for him, and I can't say that I feel bad for him. But there is that. Moving on. Lastly, we have a newly released text message report that was sent to Austin Metcalf's cell phone.
Get out of
This
the
is
way.
from his coach, and it says, "You and Rhett are on early bus. Get tent." So basically, get your tent set up for your team and whatever else we need. Set examples of how to conduct yourself today. Be a leader. I need you and Rhett to hold us down. I will be helping with hosting the meet, so I'm going to lean on my older guys. Basically saying, hey, listen, I can't be there in my full capacity. There's other responsibilities that I had to step up to as a coach for the greater good of the meet, the track meet, the event. So I can't be there in the same way that I always am. And I need to rely on you. I'm trusting you as a leader. Be a leader. Step up. Austin replies, for sure, coach. I got you. Obviously, after this tragic event happens, coach texts back and says, love you, man. Sorry I didn't say enough. Clearly feeling some guilt, regret, as anyone would. That it's not necessary, but understandable. Coach put it on him. And it's not the coach's fault, but he put it on him because he recognized.
Jody, check my brother in Christ. How are you? I listen to you all the time, and you know what? I should comment in the comments below on after your. I'm always catching you, and I should say I love you, brother, and I do. Uh, felt he had authority to tell Carmelo to leave. I don't know. He was in the wrong tent. He was in another team's tent, which everybody knows that's a no-no. So good to see you, my brother in Christ.
Something in his character, that you are a leader and you will stand up and take charge for the greater good of others who may depend on you. Austin Metcalf. And so you take that into consideration when you think this person, Carmelo Anthony, comes over from a different school. You're not supposed to be in our tent. Why are you here? You're coming over here. You're rummaging through other people's bags. You're doing weird, sketchy stuff. It's making everyone uncomfortable. Austin had been coached to feel like he needs to step up and protect and lead. He didn't have any malice in his heart. There was no racism there. Get out of here. He was just trying to be a good person and a good leader. He was following the rules. And what did he get for that? He was stabbed right in the chest and killed. But it is heartbreaking to see those texts. Those are the updates I have for you. And as always, you know, I will keep them coming. So stay tuned. And I will bring you everything you need to know that is factual and validated as it comes forward. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
And I will put his link in the description, but he has a couple more, I think. Can't remember that kid's name from Parkland. He's got Jeremy DeWitt up there. Okay, and here's the last one that's just been released. Here we go. Thank you, Cynthia.
Carmelo Anthony is reportedly living carefree and eating like he owns a restaurant while serving his 35-year sentence in prison. But I'll show you why that's not exactly as it seems. Also, in a brand new update today, Carmelo's legal team has officially filed for his appeal and will return to court. But their main argument is already being destroyed by court transcripts. I'll explain everything. Let's get started. Now, let's start with this article. The title is Inside Carmelo Anthony's Life in Jail After Austin Metcalf Murder, His Meal Plan, and More. Okay, so it says after Carmelo Anthony was found guilty, he was sent to the Collin County Jail before being transferred to the Wallace PAC unit, where he currently remains in isolation. Civil rights attorney Lee Merritt, who helped assemble the legal team for Anthony's appeal, told the Daily Mail in a report published Wednesday, June 24th, that the 19-year-old is still in protective custody away from other inmates. He says, quote, because of the high-profile nature of the case, there's been some concern about his safety. Obviously, no surprise there. He's going to be in PC for at least a few months, at least about 6 months, I'd say, before being moved to general population. There's been a lot of chatter on the internet, mostly well-wishers, trying to get to the jail and trying to send him things. Yeah, I bet. A little taste of your own medicine for all that swatting you did to the Metcalf family. The Mail reported that there have been rumors that Anthony filed a complaint about being sexually harassed by other inmates at the prison. However, no formal complaint has been made. I do believe I reported on that in a previous video. As for Anthony's other living conditions, he was reportedly served pancakes for breakfast on June 10th. Mark that down. On June 10th, he was given a stack of flapjacks. I mean, I'll get to this in a second. If you're new here, I've been eating prison food for 10 years. I'm going to give you a little reality check on this, because the way they make it sound, just hang tight. But they say he was given pancakes for breakfast the morning after he was jailed. The prison menu includes pancakes for breakfast, chicken parmesan for lunch, chicken and rice for dinner on Mondays, a breakfast burrito in the morning, followed by pork noodle casserole for lunch, and beef chili for dinner on Tuesdays, pancakes for breakfast, a hamburger for lunch, and pork enchiladas for dinner on Wednesdays, fried eggs for breakfast, beef spaghetti for lunch, and a burrito for dinner on Thursdays, pancakes for breakfast, pork meatloaf for lunch, and barbecue beef for dinner on Fridays. Wowee. Goodness gracious, this guy, where's he eating at? Applebee's, IHOP, what man, he's eating better than a lot of people out here, right? No. Okay, this is, I believe this is just rage bait. So it's a very well-known thing. They'll tell you that's the menu, and that may be what they're getting. But whatever you're visualizing when you hear those words, pork noodle casserole, breakfast burritos, pancakes, enchiladas. Whatever you're envisioning in your head is not what they're getting on their little plastic prison lunch trays when they sit down. Okay. Let me get.
Yeah,
Sorry.
pork meatloaf.
Just thinking about it gives me acid reflux. It's awful. It sounds real good, and they have to make it sound good because, all the loved ones and the parents and the concerned people for their inmates that they love who are in prison, we want to read like, oh, well, they're being fed nice and good. This is the most unedible, disgusting, nasty. Half the time it's just freezing cold, undercooked, worst ingredients, no flavor, no nothing. They can make it sound however they want, but their version of that is literally something. You could pull something out of somebody's dumpster that tastes better than.
They probably could. I was watching some show, and these prisons, they call them state prisons, but they're actually ran by corporations, I believe. And actually, they spend more food on dog food than they do prisoners. I heard that. I don't know if it's true.
This stuff. And if you don't believe me, here's just a few clips from inside prison of what the reality of these prison trays are. Here you see, he says in the caption, it really be the smell for me, though. Yeah, I feel you. The smell, as bad as it looks, the smell is even worse. And I mean, I mean, how are you supposed to eat something that doesn't look good or smell good? Chances are it doesn't taste good. But this is the type of thing that a prison would frame on their website. We serve a delicious mashed potato with beans and some type of, looks like someone ate a tray of food and then
Oh,
threw it back up into that slot.
I am so sorry. I was on mute. Thank you so much, GB. Uh, w Look at that. Is that food? That's what they serve in prison.
On the bottom left. I mean, let's be honest here, people. And that's the type of thing they'll frame as chicken fajitas for lunch.
What's up, guys? Let's see what's on this state tray. See what the state's trying to feed us today. Spaghetti.
Looks good.
Corn, peas, steak cake. This is actually a pretty good state tray, I'm gonna be honest.
Perfect example. Look at this guy. He's jumping for joy. He's about to do some cartwheels in his cell. You heard him. This is actually a chef's kiss. This is actually a pretty good state tray of prison food, if he's being honest in his own words.
Yeah.
That's their spaghetti. Pretty funny. In the article, it says they get beef spaghetti. That sounded real good when you heard it, didn't it? That's the reality of it, okay? And I promise you, it tastes worse than it looks.
You're looking at a typical breakfast served at a correctional facility in Oklahoma. Hot cereal, hard-boiled eggs, some potatoes, 2 slices of toast, a fortified fruit drink, milk, and the option of coffee.
Did you see what he said the cereal was? Good Lord, good God Almighty, Lord have mercy on me. Is that cereal, or is that something a cow chewed up and spit out onto the pasture? Good gracious! And then did you?
Portions.
Yeah, you read on the website, each inmate gets their proper government serving of milk, juice, blah blah blah, water, all the things in the FDA food pyramid. They're literally measured out into like a ketchup cup, like a condiment holding cup.
Wow.
It's like a shot. You're taking a shot of milk with your cereal. That's the reality. So, yeah, everybody gets Tricks and Cocoa Puffs and Frosted Flakes, and they get their milk, juice, and syrup.
TK, yeah.
And that's what they tell you. And it sounds real good and real great. Whoa, what the heck? These guys are getting a continental breakfast at a Hilton hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually what they're getting. And hey, I don't think Carmelo should get any more than that. He might not even deserve that. But I just want to bring you some peace and let you know. You read these articles, they're getting sizzling hot chicken fajitas. Boy, oh boy, you gotta wipe off your glasses from the steam coming off them puppies. No, it's slop. It's all slop.
It looks like slop. And the portions. I mean, they gotta be starving. TK times 3, yes. Toilet wine. Critical, it's so good to see you. You want to go to prison to eat that good food. Did you see the portions? The portions are like, oh.
Okay, so don't let yourself get enraged or upset about, just how luxury of a life that they're living in here, because that's what these articles aim to do. They want to put this information out there and they want to frame it just like the prison wants to. The prison wants to frame it like they're getting these big succulent meals because they know the only people who are going to really complain and raise an issue are the loved ones. Hey, my son's in there for killing people. He's not getting enough yeast. He's not getting the proper starch. So they put it like that on their website, and that's what they tell people, but that's the reality of what you get.
Good morning, my people. Saturday, May 25th, they just passed out breakfast. We just went down there. Of course, I got some extra jalapenos. Got to keep those up. They gave us this piece of ham with...
Look at that. The cheese isn't even melted. But look at that. They got some nice jalapeno peppers. Damn. Yeah, commissary. Honey buns, right? They always want those honey buns. Wow.
Really, it's like turkey. They can't give us ham like that because, all the people that have some type of problem with ham, whatnot. You know what I mean? So, in the cheese slice, apple, they gave us these potatoes.
That's about 2 scoops. It's barely minimum of. Can you imagine that I don't even know if it's Canadian bacon. It looks like I don't know what. It doesn't look good.
those. I should go get a whole lot more so I can fry them again. Put the cheese on there, man. That shit was good last time. Yeah, and then got some oatmeal.
Boy, oh boy, that ham sure does look wet, kind of slimy. And that's the reality of it. That's what Carmelo Anthony is actually in there eating. And then you saw the potatoes. But, if you go ask the prison or you check on the website, no need to be alarmed, loved ones, anyone with concerns. We feed them a healthy portion of cheesy potatoes, oatmeal, and meat sandwiches for their biscuit. And that's what you get. Like, that looks like somebody made that ham in a lab.
Oh, the apple looks good. Oh, there's a biscuit right there. Well, a little carton of milk there. Is that gonna feed a grown man though? For like, what do they get? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Do they still get 3 meals a day? Status oddly looks edible. I wonder what the smell's like.
That thing was grown in a petri dish. And you want to talk about a portion of potatoes? That's a square. That's 2 spoonfuls.
Oh, yes.
Where's the
That's
cheese?
right,
I don't see it.
Scott.
But you heard the inmate. I mean, he's been so starved that he's like, I must say, give my compliments to the chef because he was loving it. I mean, you learn to love it in there. And it's just the most absolute pig slop. Okay? So don't be fooled. Don't be rage baited by these headlines. They can call it what they want, but you got to think about the quality. That's the quality they're getting.
Yeah, with the apples. I've seen these prison shows. And I can't think of them right now at the time. But they, what is that? Pruno, Scott? They make a liquor out of it. Prison liquor. Igor, you haven't touched your food at all. That does not look good to me. I don't know. Weight Watchers meals, yes. Yes. Oh. Hooch. That's another word for it. Hooch. Does look like plastic cheese.
And those are the portion sizes they're getting. So Carmelo Anthony is not eating like he's at a 5-star Michelin restaurant or anything, okay? So let me go ahead and debunk that because I knew right away when I read that, I was like, this sounds like the type of bullcrap they put on the website of the prison just to make parents and loved ones think, oh, they're being properly fed and taken care of.
Right.
Okay, now let's finish this video up with what's going on. Brand new stuff coming out within the last 24 hours about Carmelo Anthony's defense team, their arguments for this big appeal and their return to court, and why it's probably not going to do nothing.
Okay.
Let's watch.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christina Green, and I'm the dentist who helped Jumpsuit Pablo get his smile back. But it wasn't just about his smile. It was about getting his health, his confidence, and being able to fully live again. If you've been hiding your smile, or you think that full mouth reconstruction is out of reach, I want you to know that your medical insurance may have benefits to cover this surgery. Every day, we help people just like you. To see if you qualify, just scan the QR code or email me directly. I'm Dr. Green, and I'd love to see if I can help you.
So again, within the last 24 hours, we're getting updates that
So I wanted to play that commercial so he'll get those ads sent. What do they call them? Oh, wrong button. I slipped. I slipped up. Sorry.
the defense team with Carmelo Anthony, they are preparing to move forward with this appeals process. And one of their requests is that the actual judge in the trial, be removed from this. And then they continue forward. And one of their main arguments is that, Carmelo was not given a chance to testify and that this was a very rushed process. And the judge kind of rushed things and didn't give him a chance to take the stand and all this nonsense. Let's look at, there's plenty of articles detailing this, but, I like to go with Sarah Fields because she really does her homework from all avenues. And so Sarah Fields over on X.com, she says, tonight I am reading more transcripts from day 8 of the Carmelo Anthony trial, and it has revealed a significant discrepancy with claims later made in Mike Howard's affidavit. Howard is the lead of the defense team for Carmelo Anthony. According to the transcripts, these proceedings took place during the lunch recess outside the presence of the media and public gallery. I will say, at the time, everyone in the courthouse, because Sarah Fields was in court every day for this trial, everyone in the courthouse, including myself, was wondering what was going on. The lunch break lasted far longer than any break we had experienced during the trial, and those of us waiting in the hallway had no idea what was taking place behind closed doors. The transcripts provide that answer. Over the course of multiple transcript pages, Judge John Roach carefully explained to Carmelo Anthony how the process would work, whether he chose to testify or invoke his constitutional right not to testify. The judge repeatedly emphasized that the decision belonged to Carmelo and Carmelo alone, not his attorneys, not his parents, and not the court. Rather than rushing the decision, Judge Roach recessed the proceedings for approximately 30 minutes just so that Carmelo could privately discuss that matter with his attorneys and his parents. Now, when court resumed, the judge went through the explanation again, ensuring that Carmelo understood his rights and confirming once more that the choice was entirely his. Carmelo's.
Okay.
After that discussion, and with the understanding that testifying could open the door to cross-examination regarding his prior conduct, behavior, cell phone messages, character witnesses, and other potentially admissible evidence, Carmelo ultimately decided to tell the court, "I don't want to testify." The transcript stands in direct contrast to Mike Howard's affidavit, which characterized the decision as a, quote, rushed 10-minute process. The transcript reflects a much more deliberate process, including repeated explanations from the court, a lengthy private consultation with counsel and family, and multiple opportunities for Carmelo to confirm that the decision was his alone. And here is a photo of that court transcript highlighting that. And so this is one of the main arguments being made by the defense team. And already just in the court transcripts, that's being decimated to pieces. Okay, so already out of the gate, I mean, of course they're going to try. Oh, you want to do an appeal? Anthony family? Yeah, that's going to cost you a little money, but we'd be glad to do it. They know. The legal team knows it's not going to work. They know it's BS, but hey, if we can charge you for the time and the hours, I mean, hey, if this is something you're passionate about, big bruh, we'll sure do our best.
Right.
3 months later, unfortunately, sir, there's nothing we can do, but you still owe us about 40 grand. And I'm sure his supporters will donate that in an instant on his Give, Send, Go. But nevertheless, yes, he is going to appeal. He is trying to go back to court and get this thing reopened and get another trial and just appeal everything. But out of the gate, it's already looking like a complete disaster and failure. Based off their strongest argument, it's just immediately shot down. So no worries there, but there is your update on Carmelo Anthony. And as I get more, I will let you know. You know I will. Until then, see you next time.
Oh, that is, what was that one? Screwed in Prison? I think we already played that one. I think I played all of his, videos. I will put his link in the description and also the description of, Sarah, what is her name, Hughes? Let's see. Yeah. Move the cat. Yeah. The cat. There. But they do seem to have better programs. Ah. So, that's what's going on with Carmelo Anthony. And, you know, instead of going down to Baton Rouge where you're not going to make a difference in anything, yes, he does. Yes, I like him. I subscribe to him. It's a good channel. And, you know, he's an ex-con. He was in prison for 10 years. I don't know for what. I know it wasn't for murder. You know, Texas law, he could have gotten life, Carmelo. But the one thing I want to ask the defense team is why don't you put up a psychiatrist on the stand to testify of the emotional intelligence immaturity of a 17-year-old? Because the brain doesn't fully develop until you're about around 25. So you might be able to use that if you put up a psychiatrist on the stand to testify on how immature 17-year-olds can be. But you don't stab somebody because they push you. So, that's what are you giving me, Scott? I don't know what that is. Spicy chef. Oh, okay. I'll check it out. But go to Sarah Fields. Oh, I said Sarah Hughes. I'll put that link in the description as well. that's the update on Carmelo. I mean, Sarah Fields does a lot of advocating, okay? She does a very good job. Let's see, get that off there. There. She's been in court every day. So what is this all about? Is it about a black child murdering a white child? Would it be the same if it was a white child murdering another white child at a track meet? This is bizarre to me. Prison food ranked by country. Oh! Oh, cool. Lucidness is based on the simple concept of knowing right from wrong. Yeah. I mean, you got pushed. You were in the wrong tent. You weren't supposed to be in that tent to begin with. Semantics. But hey, you want to talk about the judge congratulating? Well, the judge does that in every case. But instead of going to Baton Rouge, I think you better concentrate on his defense and maybe put some money on his books to help him out so he will have protection in prison. He's going to have a hard time of it. Yeah, he appears lucid. I mean, he was running from the scene and then he got caught and they took him back. And then he said to the cops, he pushed me. So does a push mean you can just stab somebody in the chest? No. No. So was it premeditated? Yeah, he brought the knife in. That's just my take on it. So, people want me to go over it. Jed, go to Baton Rouge tomorrow. You might think it's 90 degrees, but it feels like 112 with the humidity. I hope you have a lot to drink so you don't pass out again, like you did on one of those other marches in Dalton. I don't know. But all of you Jed trolls, look. I did a video live stream on YouTubers Go Too Far. It received over 800 views. Okay? Jed doesn't get me clicks and views. You know, if I break 100 on a Jed video, I'm lucky. I don't care about Jed, I just make an example of him. And please review the intelligence need video I put on at the beginning of this live stream. I will upload it so you can view it after that. And I think that's about all I've got. And I hope you have a good day. I'm going to go find out what is going on with Mom. She wants to go gambling. Gambling. Hopefully I can just set her up with online poker or something. She's bored. Anyways, that's all I've got. The transcripts are out there, Jed, so stop lying about that. Have a great day. Bye.
Snakes aren't always in the grass. Sharks aren't always in the water. You're counting breaths against the glass, while I am getting closer. The danger doesn't leave a trace when it's sitting in your space. Thieves aren't always in the night, watching from the shadows of the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, they're hiding right in front of your sight. things you think you know. They walk the path where you always go. They find the cracks inside the floor. They're already behind the door. They're just a hand inside your sleeve, waiting for the moment that you leave. Thieves aren't always in the night, watching from the shadows of the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, they're hiding right in front of your sight. Check the pockets, check the lock, check the face you see on the clock. Now here is safe, nowhere is dry. Wait for the truth to catch the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, watching from the shadows of the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, they're hiding right in front of your sight. The night is done, but the sun is just another thief.